Hello, hello. Welcome to You Stories. And yes, I am back again twice today. My goodness, I don't see you guys for 4 days and it seems like forever. And then poof, we are back again. Let my computer catch up because all of a sudden, just because I've gone live, all of a sudden, I can't see the chat. Isn't that fun? You've got to love YouTube. So, just warning you now, it is extremely hot here. It is ridiculous, and I know it is for my guests too. I have some important updates for everyone. As we make our way here, Ms. Kathy, that I spoke to, I actually spoke to Miss Kathy via text. She got out of surgery at 3:30 this afternoon. She was already out and she was, hey, Neil, what is up? How are you? I just realized I have it on top chat. Here we go. A quick little update on Ms. Kathy. Katie Emma Louise. Hello. I did not warm up my mouth. How are you doing? A little update on Miss Kathy, who had a tumor removed from her maxillary sinus today. If anyone doesn't know Miss Kathy, you can check out her channel. I did a live stream for her today for support. And she will be actually popping in later. I'm absolutely amazed. This woman is a rock star. She actually had to have her nose broken a little bit to get everything out, and she was already on her phone and whatnot, and I was amazed. She had her IV in and was chatting from before the surgery. I could not believe it. So let's make sure. Oh, Silver Retro Collector. Hey, sweetheart. I thought I would pop in for a short while. Just dropped a like down below for you. Thank you so much. I was just giving ammo. Thank you for being here. Just giving a quick update on Miss Kathy, and then we're going to jump in with my guest today, which is a Gator Bite. Hey, Halos and Heathens. Yes, Kathy is doing well. I'm sorry I've been MIA. Work has been insane. Missed you. I have missed you too, Neil. I haven't seen you, and I'm sorry I actually haven't been over on yours either. Things have been crazy. Summer is nuts like that. It's a lot harder to keep up with things. I wasn't even on really much for the last 4 days. I have not been the best keeping up either. But I want to say very quickly to everyone who supports me, thank you very much for the 1,000 supporters. I know I don't make a huge deal about these things, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And without further ado, I will introduce my guest. Hey, Alicia Hernandez, what's up? Oh, yes. Okay. I will call you Tony, Silver Retro Collector. Life with ankylosing spondylitis. Hey, girly, what's up? Can I just say Ashley? Even though I know how to say it, is another autoimmune girl like myself. Um, so, all right. We are rolling and we are ready to go. How are you, love? Good to see everyone. Hello, Alicia Hernandez. We are rolling, rolling, rolling. I am doing well, but I am hot. Tony, how are you? Alicia, how are you? Um, yes, it's Gator Bite. She is here. There she
Hi
is.
guys, how are you?
So we're gonna welcome her in and we're gonna start chatting and having fun as everybody rolls in the door. And if you don't know each other, get to know each other. This is viewer and creator friendly. So if you see somebody that doesn't have any channel content, guess what? They're a viewer and you want to make friends with them because guess what? Up until February, that's what I was. My channel says 2013. Yeah, that was for sharing videos with family and friends and watching so I could comment. So I'm actually going to be making a video on that soon. Nelly Beauty Hernandez, sweetheart, how are you? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, good. It's so lovely to see everyone. It felt like years since I've been on here, and it was 4 days. Very strange. Anyway, let's get to it. Gatorbyte, how are you, my darling?
I'm good. I first have to say hi to Katie because she came here to support me.
Awesome. Wonderful, Katie. It is wonderful to have you with us. Looks like Life with Ankylosing Spondylitis, which I do know her name, is happy to see you too, Gator. She says,
Hi, it's
oh,
nice to meet
Gator's
you.
here. She said, Gator, I didn't know. So we're gonna, oh, Nellie, it's great to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. We're gonna get Mama Styles, one of my wonderful mods. Hello, hello. She's wonderful with the wonderful Mr. Leo, who is handsome, but a wee bit naughty sometimes. Anyway, we're gonna talk about all kinds of things tonight as I almost pull my headphone right out of my ear. And we're going to talk about the paranormal. We are going to talk about bullying, all kinds of things. This girl has survived in a flipped vehicle, which that is up there with me being thrown into a wall in an explosion. So we got some tough girls on here tonight. She's been flipped and I've been thrown. So good Lord. And we're going to. Yeah, actually, yeah, I did. The oven exploded. I was picked up and thrown 10 feet into a wall in a flaming ball of fire. Nobody seems to ever.
Soul.
Yeah, I was home alone by myself. So that's actually the second live stream I ever did was telling the story. And I am going to go back and record the story on video as well as my hair, because that was the first live stream. They wanted to know about my hair. The Platinum Chronicles. The whole reason I do my own hair, there's like this giant story to it. It's absolutely ridiculous, yeah, but true. But I'm glad it happened because now I know how to do it and I can actually help other people. I just got a text the other day. So we're going to start in up in the House Records TV. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, we are getting busy. Say, Neil has missed this. I know you have. I love. Oh God, and I pulled it out of my ear again. All right, girl. Obviously, I have missed this too, because now I have pulled it out of my ear. Silver Retro Collector Tony says hello to you, Gator Bites. And
how are you?
oh, Nelly, she says you all are so beautiful. Thank you,
thank you so much.
We got some beautiful and tough ladies on tonight, except I'm a klutz and I've already pulled out my earphone twice. So this is going to be fun. And Neil, guess what? Oh, before I forget, guys, two important announcements. I know we always go to get started, and I always remember that there's something else I haven't said. Two things quickly. The disabilities discussion special edition went so well and people loved it so much and wanted more that we're going to start doing it at least once a month, if not twice. So it probably will be every other week. We're going to do one. And anybody who is interested, it is mental, physical disabilities, both caregivers, educators, family, and friends. So if you are any of the above, because those are all affected by disabilities, including your girl right here, you are welcome to contact me below. Please go down into the discussion or the description box, and check out. This is where you will find the link for Gator Bite. You will find the show schedule for both You Stories and Lady Borgia Live. We are scheduled through the end of July. And we will not only be having, I'll be scheduling out more disabilities discussions. So there will be more of those for you guys since you requested it. Oh, Tony, thank you so much on the 1000. And yes, Emma, Gator is really pretty. Yes, she is.
Oh, thank you so much.
So the other thing, thank you. It's well deserved. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Thank you very much. I've been on 5 months. So I'm like, all right, we're rolling. So can't stop now, can we? The other very important announcement is, and I think Neil will enjoy this, we are going to have another adult edition where we play all kinds of games and you have to be over 18 to join because, yes, we do get a little bit, what is it? Frank called it raw, but it's not horrific. We don't get nasty or anything like that. I did enjoy, I didn't know so many people were going to love the adult edition so much, but it will be back. We are definitely having one for Halloween. It's going to be, yeah, Neil, a Halloween costume adult edition. And we might have one before that too. So Neil, start thinking of your costume. I almost said the B word, but guess what? We're not doing that. Like I almost just launched into the adult version, but I got to pull it back. Rein it in. It's not time. And we might have one before that. So, yeah, I see Neil. Oh, yeah. Neil is my adult. It was Neil who spurred on some of the adult things, and the show started going, Lady Borgia Live started going in the adult direction because a conversation with Neil and Frank about magic boxes having to do with cable. That's all. It's all it was, really. Okay, so now that you are all ready and rolling along, now we're really, really going to announce our guest and start talking to her. But you know that we always have to chat a little bit first. And Miss Kathy actually is very possibly joining us. She texted me, and that woman is incredible. So big kisses to Miss Kathy right at the beginning. And to all my replay guests, don't forget to make a comment below because people come back and check them out. Don't forget to come back and comment, everybody who's here. Give us a thumbs up, tweet it out, do all those things you know you like to do. And 5 months, yes. 5 months. Tony says 5 months. Wow, that's impressive. 1K supporters. I've been long under that. I don't know what happened, Tony, but I just got on and rolled. I thought I was just going to do makeup and health, wellness, and lifestyle science stuff because of my disability and being a scientist, but the live thing hit, and I don't know, it just went. So here we go. And Tony, I'd love to have you on. By the way, we will be starting a daytime edition of You Stories as well for Eurasia because we've been asked. I've got somebody in Dubai who's interested in coming on if they'll allow her to use the right program. All right, now for everybody who came to see Gator Bite, which of course everyone did, y'all see me all the time. I will be here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Lady Borgia Live. And next week, I will be Lady Borgia Live on Monday. And on Wednesday will be Mama Styles. Yes, the Tigress Cleopatra herself will be the 25th. So we flip back to Lady Borgia Live on Monday next week and Wednesday for You Stories. But that's why you check down in the description box to get the Gator Bites link. And that's why you look at the schedule, because I make you guys one, because I love you. All right. Now, oh, Tony, that's still in just over 900 supporters at the moment. You rock. Everybody go support Tony, Silver Retro Collector. He's awesome. All right, Gigabyte, is that how you spell her channel name? No, Gator Bite. Go look down in the description box. She's linked in the schedule. That's why I put it there for you, sweet pea. I put it there so you guys don't have to do any work. You just scroll down and click. I do it every single time. I do it to the point where YouTube tells me you cannot put any more. And it's also linked previous shows if you missed them. So now, for reals, hello, Gator Bite. How are you, honey?
I'm so sorry. I'm motioning to my boyfriend because I'm an idiot and I forgot my charger for this thing because I don't want it to die.
No, we don't want you to die. That wouldn't work well.
That's
I mean,
why you see me in the corner, like, doing this. Like, I'm listening to you, but I'm like, honey, come on, take the hint. Like, I'm texting you, like, please go get my charger. I don't want to get up.
Well, you know what? That worked out perfectly because I entirely forgot two very large announcements that I was supposed to make. But I think my audience is used to that because more than once I have done this where I say, okay, we're going to start. Oh, wait, I forgot. So that's cool. We are not that rigid as people will tell you in the show. And I already see a moth, which is like the bane of my existence. They love the studio lights. And I have this like barricaded in my studio, like everything hermetically sealed, but inevitably one gets in. So I'm going to pop it over because y'all have seen me enough. We're going to put the camera on her because, okay. Oh, Tony. Okay. I will check out her channel when I find her, Lady Borgia. Yeah, she's down in the description box. So after you watch the show, you can scroll down in the description box where it says schedule. And there's also a bunch of free Amazon stuff for you guys from me because I haven't done a giveaway yet. And I'm not sure what to do since I have 3 different categories. So all that stuff is like straight up, it's Amazon affiliate stuff. That is cool. And Halos and Heathens says no dying, Gator Bite. And plus Halos and Heathens, I think they're also Amazon affiliates. So they will justify that it is all good stuff that is not going to hurt your computer. So afterwards, you guys can check her out, check out the free stuff and whatnot. I'm so happy to have Neil here. Like I'm controlling my mouth. I got to go over there on Saturday. I do miss that. I have so much fun there. Anyway, we're going to start with, we don't talk about the channel a lot, but we are going to talk to her a little bit about her channel because you don't have to have a YouTube channel to be on You Stories. You just have to be you. And for anybody who doesn't know, yes. Oh, Life of the Ankylosing Spondylitis. Her name is Ashley, right? Because that's just too long. It is Gator Bite, right? Her name's Ashley, yes? Okay, that's what I thought. Ashley, because I'm like, I can't, that's a mouthful. Ashley, it says if you build, they will come. I shared this to Twitter. Oh, sweetheart, thank you. Okay, did you get your, because if you need to talk to your boyfriend, go ahead.
Yeah, he's having a little trouble finding it. I'm sorry.
No, honey, that's okay. I can keep, believe me, I can keep talking and keep things busy if you need a second. I saw you, so I'm like, it's okay. I can keep going.
I
do
will
a
be
show.
right back, I promise.
Go for it. Go for it. I will keep. I'm going to take the camera off her. Poor girl. We will be starting in just a second. We do not want our guests dying. And since I do Lady Borgia Live by myself, and that's how I started, was on a show by myself, it is no big deal. So, guys, yes, there is her channel. If you guys scroll down below, look in the beautiful description box. You'll see July. We did on the 5th, Best Friend in Your Thread. We did the special edition of Physical Disabilities. And we're to Monday the 16th, Gator Bite, and the 25th, Mama Styles. And I should have put all the Lady Borgia Lives in there, shouldn't I? Oh, wow, too late. I didn't. I forgot. But you guys know, Monday and Wednesdays, I'm always on. I'm here. And certain days I'm going to be on too. So how is everybody's summer? What are you doing? Yeah, Neil is awesome. I love, Tony says Neil is awesome, Lady Borgia. Yes, I always have fun with Neil. And this time, Neil, you still had to play the euphemisms game. We never got to that. We're not going to start now, though, because I don't have an adult rating. Although I don't know because they're euphemisms. But anyway, oh, awesome. Tony just supported her channel right now. And we are going to get going in just 1 second. All right. Mama Styles is twerking. We are ready and rolling. I cannot wait until that edition. Can you see it? Costumes and adult. I want to see what you guys show up as. But 2 more seconds and we will be ready. She's just getting her charger. And then, are you ready, my dear?
Yeah, he found it.
Oh, right.
He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why are you sorry? He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. It's okay. I'm a failure.
No, it's okay. Stuff happens and we're live. And trust me, Neil has been live doing things forever. He's had a podcast for 4 years and now they've been on 9-10 months or more on YouTube. And they do live things all the time. Believe me, stuff happens constantly when you're live. Ah, ha, ha! Neil's costume will be see-through. That is fantastic. I can't wait for that. I'm glad that the camera only goes up to here. All right, now we're going to get back. So speaking of Gator Bite's channel, we will talk about it a little bit. So how long have you been, when did you start?
I started in the summer of 2016.
Awesome. So you've been, so it's been about 2 years.
But I did not actually start posting regularly until about late 2017 last year.
Okay, so then your official start would be late 2017 last year because
yes, but when I joined was 2016. Yeah.
Yeah, because technically I joined in 2013, but didn't post a video that everybody didn't have a public channel. I posted 2 videos in December, stopped, and then actually For Real started in February. So, and before that, never ever posted a video that was public. So I count it when you officially went, posting a video or two, I don't think counts. And so the interesting thing about your channel is you were talking about rebranding and stuff like that, but you said one of the big things that you wanted to talk about was bullying. And I know you said, hey, Bug Talk, how are you? Good to see you.
Hey, how are you? That's one of my friends.
I thought so. I told you I would not let them go by. Mama Styles, are we talking about Halloween costumes? I might dress as Maleficent. Yes, Mama Styles, for real. We're having an adult Halloween costume edition, for real. Like playing all the games and everything, but we're going to be in costume. So, yes, oh, that would be fierce. She is fierce. You guys had to check her channel. Actually, she's taking a break. So, anyway, you talked about your channel and bullying. Tell me about that.
Bullying in general on YouTube or bullying just as a whole?
When we were talking in the pre-interview, you said a big part of your channel and stuff because I watched your channel and I've seen the Sonic pickle drink, which I was like, wow.
Brave, right?
I don't know about that. A salty pickle drink, like chopped up pickle.
It's not as bad as you think it would be, honestly. I kind of just did it as like a gimmick, like a joke, and then I actually ended up liking it.
No, it was actually really cool. There's a Sonic around the corner from my house that I've never been to Sonic. There is one, but I'm not a fast food person.
Oh my God, you have to go.
I
You
will
have
have
to
to
go.
try it.
There are so many things you're missing out on, like Pop Rocks, and they can put all that in your slushies.
Oh, they put Pop Rocks in the slushie?
They really will, yeah, I'm not kidding. They
I've
have
never,
Jolly Rancher, they have all kinds of stuff.
I don't eat a lot of junk and Jamaica for Halloween, but we'll still make it cool. Anyway, he's talking about lucky. Neil just said he'll be in Jamaica for Halloween. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Goodness. No, what I was talking, I will have to try out Sonic. I've never done it. It literally, like, I could get there in less than 5 minutes. It's down the road. And I drove by it and I was like looking at it like, huh, pickles. I do like pickles. I love New York deli pickles. But you were talking about in the pre-interview about how your channel and how you like speaking out to bullying and how you were bullied a lot. How did that come to be?
I think because I was different. I was kind of the girl who kind of marched to the beat of her own drum, I guess you could say. And I feel like a lot of people didn't understand me, or they just don't get who I am, or they think that because I'm different, I'm strange. I think that's the way that our world is programmed, and that is really unfortunate.
Well, that definitely is. How did you get bullied exactly? Bring us back to the beginning of the story. Hey, Bug Talk.
So I started getting bullied very early on in my childhood, and initially it was for my hair. You can't see it today because I straightened it, but I do have really super duper curly hair. And
As do I, and I absolutely understand that. That is why mine is plastered back.
I also had a thing with my teeth. They weren't always this nice. They were kind of, I guess you could say, not the best teeth, not teeth that I was kind of proud to have or kind of proud to show off.
Okay,
And
fair
people
enough.
would,
A
yeah,
lot of
people
people
would,
have that.
yeah, they would kind of pick on me about that. And then people would pick on me because they noticed I was shy and quiet, and they would kind of pick on me about that as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, Bug Talk just said, I love Gator's hair today. Your hair looks
Thank you so
absolutely
much.
wicked. It
Thank you,
does.
Bugs. Thank
I
you.
I don't know,
Thank
like,
you.
how in the hell you have, see, I have the same her and I talked
I,
about curly hair, and I don't know how in this heat your hair looks that freaking amazing, but it does. It's perfection, I have to
Thank you.
say.
I have to give Graveyard Girl her props. She made a really good flat iron.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that too, because anybody who doesn't know Gator Bite, she also really is a fan of Graveyard Girl. Hello, I just blanked on her name. Of course I did. I call it a live brain stall. Um, what is her name? I can't.
Bunny Meyer.
Thank you, Bunny. How can I kept thinking B. It happens. It's a live thing. You get on live and it's just incredible. Wrestler Mania, Jamie, thank you for coming by. Awesome. Angel Domingue is here. She says, I do too, but I love my curly hair. And Ammo says, she says, oh, people tease me about that too. She said, I'm a bit of a stone loner and get teased for it too. I know how you feel.
Yeah,
And
I feel bad, you know. It's really unfortunate because these are such awesome people, and to hear that they've been through this, or they know someone who went through this, or someone who's currently even going through this, it really sucks.
yeah, it does. Hey, Bridget, awesome to see you. Yeah, Mama Styles she says, I also have curly, frizzy hair. Ashley, she says she loves Graveyard Girl too. It's her favorite as well. And for anybody who doesn't know, Bunny Graveyard Girl has a set of hair tools that have like an alligator theme. out that look pretty amazing. I've had the same flat iron for years now, and I'm terribly frightened that it's not going to turn on one day. Just because it's hung in there for so long, I almost want to buy a new one just in case for that day. But it almost sounds ridiculous, like it's still going, why not? But you'd think I don't have stores near me, but it's going to die, knock on wood, when there's no store open.
I would definitely, if you want it, I would definitely recommend getting it.
And Wrestler Mania says he loves his long curly hair too. Yes, he's bald. He's just Ashley says you got to get bunnies. It's amazing. She has it too. And Ronnie Radmanthes, which I believe you were in earlier today. Hey, how are you? Mama Styles also says she was bullied as a kid and even called retarded as a kid. She's hard of hearing and has very curly hair.
That's, I can relate to that too, because my step cousin, he has he has the mind of what they call a 5-year-old. Yeah. And people have called him, that. And, it's very hurtful. It really is.
It really is, and it affects people much more than I think they realize, that words can do a lot more than just sting. I am Leo says that you are a very brave girl, and yeah, she absolutely is, not only to have gone through it,
I appreciate that.
She's on here talking about it. And yeah, Angel says she's been bullied since she was a kid. Katie Emma Louise says, I wish I had curly hair. I wish I had curly hair. I don't know how to do it myself. Trade you. Here, take mine.
Exactly. It's, oh my gosh. It's so hard to do anything with this hair.
Yeah, and the humidity, that's why I slicked back today. I've got a little light amount of I don't really have gel, but whatever the heck you would call that stuff. Gator is my hero, said Bug Talk. Right on.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.
So, this started basically, you're saying, in grade school, and how long did it continue on with the bullying?
It continued until I got to high school.
Jeez, that's a lot. Did you have friends that would stick up for you, or is it something
I had one friend. She was a really, really good friend to me, and she actually went into the Army after we graduated. But
awesome.
Yeah, she was an awesome person, and everyone was so scared of her because she would stick up for the kids that really couldn't do anything for themselves. She was really thin like me, but she was tough as a nail. She could literally take metal and bend it with her fingers. She was really tough. And
wow.
I remember one time there was this guy that was bothering me, and I wanted him to leave me alone, and he would not leave me alone for anything. And she got behind him, actually, and she twisted his leg like a pretzel, and he never talked to me again.
Well, you know what? Not that I'm big into violence, but good for her, because there's a certain point, stop. There's no reason to pick on people. And Angel says right now, she said, I still get bullied now once in a while. People take your kindness for a weakness. And they do. They do. I was lucky. I didn't get picked on a lot because when somebody tried to pick on me, I turn around and shut it down really fast. But that's just my personality. But I have had people take my kindness for weakness, thinking that oddly enough, especially since I went blonde, which was February of 2017, for some reason people thought even more so I would take crap because I was blonde. It was really weird. Yeah, and but I noticed a difference in attitude of people speaking to me originally, and I'm like, well, the only thing that has changed is my hair color. I went platinum blonde. So me personally, I have not changed, but I was the kid that was standing up for the kids that got bullied because I thought it was, baloney. I never liked it.
Yeah, that's how she was towards me. That was really her role in my life, was to really actually be there for me. And I don't condone physical violence, but this guy, he just kept trying to pick me up, lift me.
That's
So
not
she,
cool. That's
yeah, so
physically, to
she
me,
wanted
that's
him to
physical
know.
thing too.
And she
Yeah.
tried, let me just say that she did try talking to him before she twisted his leg up like a pretzel, and he would not listen. He would not have anything to do with it. She tried to talk to him civilly, and he just, he was relentless.
People can be that way. Yeah, Bridget Snyder said it's awesome to have friends stand up for you, and it absolutely is. Bug Talk says that's really weird. Maybe lighter hair doesn't make you look as tough. I don't know. I don't know if it's the whole blonde thing. I don't know what, but I noticed a distinct. I'm a scientist and an artist, and I've run entire. I can't say everything because it's highly classified, actually.
Right.
But I'm like, what? All of a sudden, it was like my IQ had decreased, and people would start to do certain things. But also, like Angel, yeah, I've had it happen because I have a tendency to be very kind.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you push me, I don't like yelling and screaming or doing things like that. But
Yeah.
I will be very firm with you. I have no
Yeah.
problem with that. And
Yeah, I think that's something I learned later on, was to kind of stand up for myself. I think that's what having that friend taught me, is that it's okay to stand up for yourself. I don't think it's okay to be rude to people, but I think it's okay to take a stance.
absolutely, and it's absolutely important. WrestleMania says he once did an education at Scouts where he told a story about a boy who was bullied for his name. He got beat up in the boys' bathroom daily. When I revealed the little boy was me, the boy's jaw dropped. So a lot of people are identifying with your story. That a lot of people get bullied, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up. We did disabilities last week, and like I said to everyone, we're going to be doing the special edition disabilities discussion at least once a month, if not twice a month, because there's a lot of people that would love to join in and be a part of it. And it's also a lot of people, because of disabilities, also got bullied. My disability didn't come until later, but and that's complete crap. Pardon my French, but
Absolutely. No.
I don't see why. And this is when I was a little kid. What does it matter if somebody's hair isn't the way you like, or their teeth, like you said, or this or that? It matters
for sure.
what the person. I always pick my friends by their personality.
Same.
And I've seen some absolutely yeah, well, wait, there was something interesting. Bug Tech said I was lucky not to get bullied, but people have a tendency to walk all over me because of my kindness. And Mama Styles said, Bug Talk, people walking all over you is a form of bullying. And
Yeah.
thank you, Neil. CC says sorry for the delay. I had to take a call. Yeah, it's true. People will try to walk all over you and push you because you're kindness.
I've had that done to me before.
And it's one of those things that I'm glad that you've learned. I learned from my parents very early on, and I was very thankful that they taught me, hey, open your mouth and say something. But it's not always something that everyone is comfortable doing, and it's a shame that you have to, that people will try to put you in the position of shoving you around.
Oh, absolutely.
And Mama Styles, actually, she spoke up about vaccinations, and somebody tried to bully her on her channel as an adult.
Yeah.
And on her own channel, which I found fascinating, and she came to me as a scientist, asked me some questions, and asked me to respond to the person on her channel. And I did so emphatically, not rude. I would never cuss a person out. That's a logical fallacy, ad hominem. And as a scientist, we argue points all the time.
Absolutely.
So I don't believe in using ad hominem in an argument. I mean, that just crashes your argument right there when you become illogical. But it's really, so at what point did you learn, and what was your turning point for learning, hey, I can open my mouth? And was there a specific time that it happened that you started to start saying stop?
Yes. There's actually this story not many people know about, but it was when I was about 20 or 21. And these middle school girls just randomly out of nowhere, out of the blue, came up to me and said they were going to beat me down with sticks.
What the hell? Why? I don't even understand why. What would cross your mind to say, I want to go over to that girl and tell her that we're going to beat her with a stick? And would you need a hobby?
I honestly have no idea. But I remember telling those girls, well, if you want to beat me with a stick, that's absolutely fine. But I have a question before you do. And it was a group of them. It was like 3 of them. One of them goes, what? I go, who hurt you? She goes, what? I said, oh, I'm sorry. You didn't hear me? Let me just say that again. Who hurt you? She goes, oh. Her face starts turning and you just see her like getting mad, and the girl, the other girl who's her friend, she looks at me and she goes, how dare you say that to her? And I said, what did I do? I asked her a question. You said you wanted to beat me with a stick. I said, can I ask you a question? You said, okay. I said, what's wrong? And this is how you're taking it. That sounds like a you problem, not me.
Perfect way to handle it. Yeah, please go ahead. That's incredible. Hey, Arts, how are you? Welcome, and Psychics Anonymous. Awesome. We have a fantastic discussion going. Go ahead, because that's really interesting. They were they're going to beat you with a stick, but it's not okay to say who hurt you.
Yes.
A little odd.
So I continued. I kept saying it to her over and over again. And she finally lost it. She broke the stick over her knee like in half. I was like, okay. And
you obviously struck a nerve with something right there.
I must have. And then she started bawling, and the other girl said, look what you did to her. You're a bully. And I'm thinking, me? Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
No, you did exactly what you should do. I mean, most of the people that bully people are people that are hurt, or are people that are angry, and usually angry because they are hurt, so they're going to do it to somebody else.
And I actually found out later on that these girls were actually wanted for setting fires in the neighborhood, just random fires everywhere.
Arson. Oh, yeah. Arson is always fantastic. That's a great. I've never listed arson on my hobbies, and I don't think I will be anytime. That's really incredible.
Yeah,
oh, that's a new one
shocked.
on me.
I was
Arson.
Really shocked.
Holy. Wow. I am Leo says, I wish that all the people in the world would be healthy and happy. I wish that too. I've never heard of arson as a hobby. I'm a little bit floored. And Angel says people can be darn evil. Yeah, especially if they're randomly setting fires for fun.
Yeah.
That's a really big thumbs up there. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was a little shocked with that one. And I thought to myself, well, at least they didn't try to set me on fire.
What? I'm sorry. It's not often I'm a little speechless, but yeah, that one just got me.
Yeah.
Wow. Obviously, somebody had some problems out. I mean, obviously, somebody had problems outside if they want to hit you with sticks. But if you're going around wanting to hit random girls, I just want to beat you with a stick. And hey, and then after that, let's go set a fire. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
It just is mind-boggling.
It is.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Wow. So, I mean, that says a lot for somebody's mental state and their state of happiness if beating and arson is fun. Not on my list of fun. Never has been.
Yeah,
so,
me neither.
Yeah, Bug Talk says some people would like to watch the world burn, literally. Sadly enough, that is true.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
It is true, and it's really sad. I forget that some people actually enjoy being angry and upset, and they like it.
They do.
I've never found it fun. I don't know. I kind of like being happy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, Bug Talk says, yeah, it's crazy. But so did you ever find out from those girls? Obviously, she had some kind of issue if she started crying. And obviously, they had some kind of issue if they're picking on you and doing stuff like that. But did you ever find out about those girls, or that's just the end you saw of them?
I heard from a police officer that they got arrested.
Yeah. Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
That
That's a
was
sad
honestly the
ending.
last I had heard of them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that really is a sad ending. I don't ever want to see Angel, one of my
No.
moderators and my number one guest co-host. I have other guest co-hosts, but she is my number one guest co-host. She works with women in prisons. She ministers to women in jails and prisons,
Oh,
and
that's lovely.
so she understands what it's like, and some of the anger she's
Mm-hmm.
dealt with, and some of the mental issues. Also, she puts herself on a regular basis in some precarious situations to help other people. So it's very commendable. So she knows those type of girls very well and has helped
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
I think
Bug Talk
I think
says
we all
hopefully they
have
got
our
some help eventually.
sorry. I think
Oh,
we all
go ahead.
have our inner demons, but I think some of us deal with them differently.
Absolutely an excellent point. I don't think I seriously doubt anybody has 100% perfect happiness at all times, but I think that was well stated. Because no, I've never heard. I think some people do, and then that's why you have, drug use in prison and arsons and whatnot. It's generally
Absolutely.
not happy people doing that.
Absolutely.
So, oh, Ammo says to get out my anger, I draw things that make people think I'm crazy, but it gets my anger out and I don't take it out on other people. Excellent way to do it.
That really is. I wish more people would do that.
And drawing things, irregardless what you're drawing, it's a drawing. It's artwork. And I know a lot of artists and musicians. I'm a musician as well. That's a healthy way of getting out frustration
It is.
or
Yeah.
feelings. Um, yeah, Bug Tux is awesome ammo, much better than taking out on others. And Tony, Silver Retro Collector, he said the kid that picked on me in junior high school was arrested later when he was an adult for knifing someone, Lady Borgia. Wow.
That's crazy.
Well, you know what? Yeah, Bug Tux says hopefully they got help eventually. Well, those are the exact type of girls who eventually get help by Angel, who is one of my moderators. That's what she does, or at least women, Christian women who want help. She ministers to them, and there's other people with other religions that help them. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really awesome that you made it through that far and managed to handle that, because not everybody does, and
Right.
a lot of people, it affects permanently, and then they turn around and do it to someone else.
Yeah,
So
I just never saw myself going that route because I just remember how horrible it made me feel, and I could never make someone feel lower than what I felt.
it's a very good point. Absolutely. I have to agree with you. I don't know why I wouldn't want to make somebody feel like that either. That's
Now,
just
as
not.
far as bullying on the YouTube circuit, I've had my fair share there too.
Yeah, I have not been on long, but I've come across it already. And I've seen people doing it, and like I said, with Mama Styles, she asked for help, and I went over and stuck up for her on her page. But I've seen it other places on YouTube, and it's really unfortunate. I look at YouTube as a giant playground.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's, to me,
It
that's
really
what it
is.
should be. It should be a giant playground for people who want to watch. That's great. I was a viewer for years, and then oh, Angel says, yeah, yeah, actually, I know about this. She has 7 personal trolls. She ended up taking off her likes and dislikes because she'd put a video up and immediately 7 dislikes would come up.
Yeah, I got that a couple times. I have some haters. I don't know who they are. I know who one of them is because they made an entire video against me.
You're kidding me. I mean,
I'm
I know,
I'm really not. I wish I
I know you're
was.
not, but I've seen people, it usually really puts me off when I see a channel that has made like a I don't like blah 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 like person,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, I've had people do some unpleasant things, and I just cut it off. I tried to
For
talk to
sure.
them very nicely, and told them what I thought. I definitely can be emphatic when I say something, but
Yeah.
logical. I will tell you something logically and why I don't like something and what my feelings are and why. And
Yeah, absolutely.
this is why I encourage on my channel open discussion, because that's how you solve a problem. You discuss it. You may not
Absolutely.
like everything that somebody's saying, but if you're saying it openly and rationally and keeping logical about it, that's how a problem is solved. You know, you may go back and forth and debate a little bit, but there's a big difference between an argument and a fight.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what I try to tell people on this channel. And there's been people where we've had some harder discussions that people did not agree, and I said, hey, it's okay for
Hmm.
you not to agree as long as you're respectful about it. That's
Absolutely.
cool. Go for
Absolutely.
it. Everybody can
I'm on
have
the
their
same
opinion.
page.
So and the regulars on this channel, haha, Mama Styles is still here to twerk I love her. Still had to go twerk at a friend. I love her. Silver Retro Collector, he said, yes, there's always a problem, Bug Tuck. He used to go and beat me up on a regular basis because my disability, and I wasn't afraid of him. Wow. And there we go. Exactly what I was talking about, people with
Hmm.
disabilities. That's incredible. I did not get a disability until I was older. And
Yep, same here.
but yeah, we're going to move on to that as well. So on top of this, you have to hear about what happened. This is where I talked about um two ladies on here tonight that have survived some interesting things. Me, I was in an explosion and thrown 10 feet into a wall. Gator Bite here was in an accident, which is absolutely phenomenal. Why don't you tell them about it?
Oh boy, this is a long time ago, but yeah.
This is incredible that she's sitting
So
here in
here's
one
my
piece.
hand. You guys may not be able to tell right here, but if you look right here, do you see how that's bent right there?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's from the accident that I got into years ago with an ex-friend, and I'm not gonna give out her name or anything because I don't want to put anyone on the spot. But so we were young, about 19, 18, 19, I want to say, and we went for a what these teenagers these days call joyrides. Maybe they call them something else. I don't know. And it was a golf cart, and I wasn't driving. She was, and we went over the railroad track, and it flipped, and it landed on top of me.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, "This is it. I'm gonna die." And I started jotting my final wishes down in my mind and saying I was sorry, and my I don't remember much, but I remember my ex-friend pulling it off of me. I remember going to the hospital, and I
Wow.
remember being in immense pain, a lot of pain. And I remember my grandpa saying that he was so thankful that I was alive. And that really
Seriously,
got
because
to me.
honestly,
That
from a
really
medical
got to me.
perspective, is you really, it is amazing that you're sitting here being flipped in a golf cart. The things that could have happened to you,
Yeah,
you very likely could have been dead.
they told me that. They said you're very lucky you're alive because you could have died. And I remember when everything was said and done, um, I got to the hospital, a police officer came in, you want to press charges? I said, leave me the hell alone. I'm not trying to be rude, dude, but I just got in an accident and I'm in immense pain. Please come back and see me when I'm a little more settled. I'm not okay right now to make decisions for myself. Please go away. Um,
I
because
can't blame you. Yeah, I've been in serious pain. I was in an explosion, and it's not fun right that second.
no, it's not. And I had, this lady like, you know, uh, ma'am, he's just asking you questions. And I said, you go have a golf cart be flipped on you, then tell me how you feel.
Seriously, I mean, I
Some
understand
people
for
do,
legal
they just,
purposes they have to
yeah,
investigate, but there's certain times where you've got to back off for a minute and let somebody
absolutely.
deal with it first, because
And I am not by
it's a
any
lot.
means a rude person, but I have my stance on some things, and that was just one of those things,
And you know what? But I'm glad you spoke up for yourself, because there are
Yeah,
some people who would not have, would have been in immense pain and would have felt pushed to speak right then. And that is a
absolutely.
time to say, hey, you know what? Physically, I'm at my limit. Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop
Yep.
right now. You've got
I
to
wanted
stop.
to
You can
speak when
talk
I
to me
had,
later.
yeah, I wanted to speak when I had more clarity on the situation and also when I wasn't as emotional.
Well, let's see, that right there is emotional intelligence. To
Yeah,
know when you're not in a rational state, that you're going to talk about something clearly, is emotionally intelligent. And
right.
Bug Talk says, Gators, she's glad you're okay. How
Thank
scary.
you.
And Angel says,
It was.
that you had angels around you that day.
I did. I really did.
That's absolutely incredible. I mean, I understand it from some of my accidents. Amazingly enough, I've had more done than being exploded, but that is for another time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we joke that I'm really a cat and I'm just going through my nine lives. I did have a friend say, a good friend who's a physician, say that I used up at least two with the explosion, and you probably did with the cart.
Yeah,
But
I believe that.
yeah, Bug Talk. Yes, I'm okay. I do have, you guys can't see it. In fact, even in person, nobody notices. I can see the little scars. But the healing is incredible. My hair was burned back to here, and I will end up, I did a live stream on it way back when I first started. It's there, but it's a little long because I was stopping to talk to people and answering questions. So I will refilm it in a shorter version, because it's a little, I mean, if you want, it's there. It's the second live I ever did. But yeah, that was a hell of a story. But I will save it for later as my
Let me
other
just
one.
say, you're so brave for everything you've gone through and to still be here. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank you
I,
very much.
I've never had the pain of actually going through fire, so I don't know exactly what that feels like.
It's pretty intense. I was
Yeah,
a big flaming ball of fire, my entire body. It was definitely not something I want to repeat.
right.
But honestly, I was in shock. I drove myself to the hospital. So
Wow, that
yeah,
is really incredible.
I went very, very briefly. I got up. I was still on fire. I
Oh
slammed
my
the oven door
goodness.
shut, got in the shower to put myself out. There was hair everywhere. I have no idea how I had the sense to do that. And then I was in shock, because I started thinking about that I had to go to work later that day, and I checked the laundry. So, I mean, that's obviously shock.
Yeah.
And then I thought, wow, I put cortisone cream on my face, which makes no sense, but it was the only thing I could find. And then I thought, wow, I think I'm really hurt. I better go to the hospital.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'll
That's that's
redo the story.
that's remarkable, honestly. I don't know many people that would be in that position that would have that clarity to actually think, "Oh my God, I'm on fire. I need to go to the hospital. Let me put myself out." I don't think anyone really has that thought at the moment.
I'm not sure. I think it was my father trained me really well in emergencies. He was a doctor and a naval officer, and trained me for a lot of stuff to think in
That's cool.
emergencies. And I think that's probably where I got it from, was my parents. I was trained a lot how to think in emergencies.
Yes.
So yeah, and definitely, guys, check down below, like my moderators are saying, down in the description box, because that's where you will find all the links and the schedule, and the links to Mama Styles and Gator Bite and everybody else, and helpful links for other things. Tony, Silver Retro Color, that must have hurt a lot, Lady Borgia. Hope you're okay now. Yeah, it hurt. I knew I was in trouble when I got to the hospital, and they wanted to give me morphine immediately, and
Oh
they hadn't
yeah.
even examined me. But we'll do that story another time. Thank you so much. And that's an amazing skill to have. Thank you very much. I have to say thank you to my parents. Mwah! Thank you, because that's probably my parents, my grandparents are the ones who taught me that way. I was raised to think when things happened. But so that's incredible. How long did it take you to heal from that?
It took about a month to fully heal.
Wow,
I
that is,
had my arm all here it was like really bruised and battered. And at the time, I had just gone through a breakup with an ex-boyfriend, so that just made the pain a little bit worse.
Wow. That, holy crap. That, yeah. Oh, let's have a breakup and then have a vehicle flip on us. And the amazing thing, it is amazing that she's alive because, I mean, your neck could have been broken like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
there's no seat belt, there's no nothing to protect you. It's a golf cart.
Yeah.
So, Silver Retro Collector Tony says, Gator, glad you're okay now, though.
Thank you, Tony.
She's got permanent damage to her arm, so technically she does have a disability.
Yeah, my hands for sure.
And
it gets in the way.
yeah, hey, believe me, I've got two paws. My hands don't work a lot, so I understand that. I don't show people my hands a lot, but in between where it's supposed to go down, it's always puffy like this. In fact, this is a good day. All this puffiness sticking out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like hands of a 90-year-old. But and I have this finger starting to already bend. If you can see it, it bends.
I
yeah.
do. Mm-hmm.
There's a lump coming up in the bone. That's from the rheumatoid arthritis. But hey, I got fingers and I can still hold a paintbrush. That's cool. I don't play the piano or the bass much anymore because it hurts. But you know what? What are you going to do? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. It's just a blessing to be alive.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I think that's really cool that that's how you look at it because that's how I look at it too. I mean, the alternative is not being here. And definitely that exactly. Thank you. That would suck. That is putting it succinctly. It would suck. And oh my. Anyway, let's see. And Bug Talk, I need to get going, so take care, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us, Bug Talk.
For stopping by, girl.
Mama Style says, how do I fix that? I don't know. It's okay. Whatever it is, let me see really quickly. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Mama Styles said, sorry, Leo, clicked on my phone to hide message and put someone in timeout. Oh, if you did, oh, Sir Leo, naughty child of mine. Yeah, don't worry about it. If you accidentally time somebody out, they will come back. It's an honest mistake. It happens. It only times them out for a certain amount of time, and they should be able to hear us. They just can't type. So whoever you timed out, it was an accident.
Hey, don't feel bad.
It didn't mean anything by it.
I accidentally did that once, and the girl got so mad at me, I couldn't even explain myself, and she sent me a Twitter message, and she was calling me out. She wrote this whole paragraph, and I was like, I don't have time for that, so I'm just going to walk away now.
What? Wait, because you accidentally timed her out. Wow.
I accidentally kicked her out of. I didn't even know I did this. I accidentally kicked her out of a chat, and I didn't know that I did. I didn't know I had powers to do that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, she got mad at me. Really, really mad. She got so mad, actually, that she used her other Twitter account, which was less known than her YouTube name, just to call me out.
Okay. Wow. Oh, hey, Tiana Brown Sugar. Good to see you. I love your name. That is such an Tiana Brown Sugar. That's such a good name. Mama says, yeah, don't worry about it. And Silver Retro Collector, if you could hear us, we're very sorry. It was an accident. We love you, Tony. It was just a boo-boo. Mama Styles has a 2-year-old. So these things happen. And I don't understand. I mean, especially if you told the girl it was an accident and you didn't know you did it. Like, I don't know. I don't get the anger out of people.
Yeah, at first I was trying to explain to her, but then after she just went off on me, I thought, you know what, better just leave it alone. And so she and I, we don't speak or communicate or anything. I see her in other people's, but we just don't.
Yeah, but see, that's the smart thing to do is just to say, hey, you know what? this is what happened. This is what I'm telling you. And that's it. Like, we're not gonna get into it any further. You know, I had to tell somebody once, that's enough. I'm not changing my position. Enough now. Like, done. That's it.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people just like don't get it. You tell them like,
I totally get it.
I've actually told somebody straight out, like, I'm not changing my position. I'm telling, like, we're not arguing this. Like, that's it. There's no more conversation.
Yeah, I was in a
All
situation like that recently where someone was inquiring about my anxiety and telling me that, oh, I know you need medication. And I said, well, I think I've made it pretty far. And they're like, no, you need medication. I'm like, well, I'm not taking any medication. They're like, well, you need it. And if you don't get it, that's really stupid on your part. I'm like, okay.
Well, and this person was a physician who had examined you properly and had your medical history.
No, not a physician at all.
Yeah, see, that's why, exactly why one should never tell people what they should or should not do. A trained physician, I mean, as I was going to be a surgeon, and I well know, you never tell somebody what they should or should not do. And in fact, even a physician will make suggestions, sometimes strong suggestions, but that's after looking at somebody's medical history, knowing their drug interactions, and a list full of stuff that that's why I can't stand when people do stuff like that. And I will speak out. We did have one time in here where I was speaking out about vaccinations, and I got very emphatic about it. And some of these guys remember, all of a sudden a thunderstorm started. And at the end of my sentence, I said something very emphatically about vaccinations, and it went crash. And everyone, whoa. And I went, geez. Yeah. And it kept going while I was talking, but it was really funny.
Unfortunately, I think some people can just push you to that point sometimes.
Well, that was the funny thing, is I wasn't quite to that, but apparently the world around me was. But I don't understand when people decide to, and there goes a moth. Thank you, moth, right in the middle. To decide that they can medicate you with no education. That's fantastic. Well, you know what, and that's better off for you to not talk to somebody who's going to do that, because they have absolutely no idea why or why not or whatnot. But that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, Tony, you're back. What's up? Mama Style says, it's been 300 seconds yet. Tony, we're so sorry. That was an accident. It's okay. You didn't do anything. It was just a boo-boo. Mama Styles has a 2-year-old and accidentally pushed a button. That's all. We love you, Tony. It's okay.
Tony.
Yeah. Angel says that's with the girl doing this to you. And Ashley says people have strong opinions and they always think they know best about your situation. For sure. And they do it with her too. And to tell you the honest truth, I think the only reason people don't do it with me is because of my background in education. It's a little hard to tell someone that is more educated than you with degrees what they should do. And I think that's the only reason that they don't. Honestly, I think if I didn't have these degrees, that they would try to do the same damn thing to me.
I think another thing is when people see that you actually stand up for yourself, they figure you're a force to be reckoned with.
This is true, and that is something I definitely do. And I'm glad that you do yourself. And I've always been one to stand up for other people. Because at the end of the day, you might not like me. Oh well.
Right.
I mean, I'm just like you. I'm not into being rude or nasty or name calling, but I will stick up for what is right, and in a reasonable situation. If it's gonna get nasty.
Someone was on my friend's live stream the other night, and they said to him, oh, I'm from Twitch. I'm the Twitch administrator or something. I don't know. Just randomly came into his chat. Okay. And they said, we feel like you're using mods and cheating. And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But he was respectful, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
until it got to the point that this person started going off and saying, I'm going to ban you from Twitch entirely if you don't buy my son this game. And I'm like, dude.
Hi, troll.
Dude, what are you on? I didn't even sugarcoat it. Like, dude, what are you on? And leave my friend alone.
Yeah, that's kind of a straight boot right at it. Oh, Silver Retro Collector. I'm sorry, one second. He says, "Don't worry about it. Happens, Lady Borgia Mama stuff." Tony, thank you so much for being so understanding and kind. We really do apologize, but thank you very much. Yeah, that's a troll.
That's special, isn't it?
That's incredible. I don't get them
Yeah.
often, but we did
The
have
way
somebody
that
come in one night saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and we booted
yeah,
him. But
the
it
way
was
that
like,
he dealt with it though was just, I know some people they don't deal with it well. And the way that he dealt with it, I told him, I straight up told him, I said, honestly, if this is the way that they're talking to you, I think you should ban them. And he said, no, I totally agree with you.
exactly. Mama Styles, thank you so much for moderating and everything. She says she's got a naughty toddler, so I love you so much, Mama Styles. Thank you so much for moderating and being with us. You go ahead and deal with Mr. Leo and tell Mr. Leo that Lady Borgia says hello and be a good boy. I've talked to Mr. Leo before, so he knows who I am. I'm not just randomly talking to a toddler. So, yeah, Ashley says trolls are definitely trolls for a reason. Obviously, they don't have a lot to do. And obviously people that, like you were talking about, the girl who got angry with you for accidentally booting her out. I mean, that's a form of bullying too. Trolls are bullying. It's all different forms of bullying, and it's sad that the one thing I've seen about the internet and Twitter, it seems, I told you before we got on, and I don't know if everybody here knows, I made my Twitter account in 2010. And then I went a really long time, it was a couple of years without going on Twitter. And when I first was on there, it was a fairly fun place once I figured out what the hell was going on. I didn't understand like the whole like what I'm just supposed to watch this thing go by with people randomly saying stuff. But once I figured it out, I was like, all right, cool. And I actually met some cool people and friends that I talked to, but I came back onto it and it'd been a while. And people had gotten I heard about people getting negative, like really negative on there. And I went, oh, okay. Damn. Strangers. I had a complete stranger pick a fight with me over something I said about a television show. And I'm like, and it was some stupid, I have some friends that watch Bravo and a reality show, and I made a comment about somebody on it. Oh, how dare you make this comment about them? And I said, they're on a reality show. The television network that they're on encourages you to comment on it. Like literally, I didn't even realize it, but several times they had put me up on the TV for the comment section. I guess I commented some funny things and whatnot, but I was like, honey, you're supposed to.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I don't do that. I can't remember the last time I did that, but it's ridiculous the things that people do and don't realize that's a form of bullying, but they will do it because you can't see them or get near them, things that they probably wouldn't say to your face. So oh, okay, cool. WrestleMania, thank you. Oh, and the Good Cell Life, hello, wonderful to see you. Tony Silver Retro Corrector, he says, I definitely agree. I have a few trolls since I hit 800 supporters on here, but I keep getting rid of them when I do my live streams. Yeah, see, I don't understand. I don't get it. But then again, I don't get wasting your time doing something negative. And then again, I don't think you do either. Which, by the way, Gator, but do you care if I say your regular name?
You mean Olivia?
Yeah.
No.
Olivia, which this is also Olivia, guys. I don't understand that. I don't understand a girl arguing with you over accidentally getting kicked out. And then
Right.
again, I don't understand a girl that would argue with me randomly
Yeah,
because I made a comment
I
about a
know.
TV show that
Yeah,
was.
the
But
perils of the internet.
yeah, it's Angel says true. People are nuts on Twitter. It didn't used to be that way though.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
I went away for a couple of years and I came back and I remember Laura Lee, because I've watched a
Yeah.
couple of her videos. She said something about staying off of Twitter or something like that and how
Mhm.
negative it was. And I didn't realize what had happened. So
Yeah.
I hit block. That's how much patience I have. I'm like, oh, block. Some woman did it too. She went on and she started talking about my son is in medical school and my husband is an attorney. And I went, mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
Right.
well, you're a makeup girl. Yeah, I do that as an art form, and I'm a
Mhm.
scientist, and I'm a CEO, and I'm other
Yeah.
things too.
Yeah.
What's your point? Like, I don't get
Mhm.
it. So, definitely, I have run into the bullying, and a lot of it, I just kind of stare at them like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah. Honestly,
Um,
I just kind of get a kick out of it now. I just kind of I think, oh well, thank you for all your hate, because all your hate is, I remember once Colleen Ballinger said, your comments, they pay my bills, and I
yeah,
thought that was very funny.
it
It's
really
very
is.
true. The
It's
haters play a
true.
big part in all your video views and everything.
Well, yeah, because they actually see that's the thing I don't understand. If you don't like someone, why would you go look at them?
Yeah, I don't
If
get
I
that
don't
either.
like somebody, if I see
Yeah,
a YouTuber I don't like, I'm
yeah,
not going to watch your videos.
exactly. Mhm.
But they do. They come and they give you watch time. And
They do. Mhm.
sadly enough, they say that you're, and this is something that I think is really weird, but true. They say, well, you're doing well when you've got some haters. And I'm like,
Yes,
that's just sick, though. It's sad.
it is.
I
Yeah.
because there's to me there's room for everybody. There's
No,
room
there
for
definitely
everybody.
is.
And Ashley says they give us support.
They
They
do.
do.
They really do.
Um,
More than they
they
know.
really do. They talk about us. They look at our videos. I don't understand it, but yeah, I don't like me. Why are you talking about me?
I mean, I'm not asking for it, but anyone who wants to leave me a hate comment, please do so. I've been waiting to make a hate comments video for the longest.
That's it's actually funny. Angel says I need to learn
Yeah.
how to block on Twitter. I will show you, Angel. I blocked somebody on YouTube. I was just like,
Mhm.
okay, done, block. Bye.
I
I
had
certainly
to.
don't talk about them though. It's like weird. I was like, how could I talk about you after I blocked you?
I had to block this lady that's pretty well known, actually. Her name
Really?
is truthfully Trisha, and I made a video about her a while back ago. She's very negative. She actually got on top of her hater's car and literally jumped on top of it. And I thought, this woman,
What?
she takes this to another level.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
She,
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Olivia, back up for
yeah,
a second, please.
yeah,
This is like the show of mind blowing stuff to me. She jumped on somebody's car.
she did. She was on the Dr. Phil show,
Oh well, that says
and
it right there. I mean,
she
Jesus.
is upset. They said she was obsessed with having followers, so she would live stream her fights that she would have.
What? Oh, and I'm just about choking here.
Yeah,
She live
she
streamed
live streamed the
fights,
fights that
and
she would
people
have.
watched. And
Yes, yes.
I'm stuttering. And people would go on the internet to watch. Apparently, I've been under a freaking rock. I've never heard. Wait, I want to. I'm curious. Anybody in the chat? Have you guys heard of live streaming fights? Am I the only one? Ashley says, especially late night, there's trolls, and it seems to be getting worse during the day. Angel says, yeah, so true, lady. Why watch them and follow them? Yeah, if I don't like you, I don't look at you. I don't have
Yeah.
time. I got enough stuff to go. My day is so damn busy that I don't have enough time to do all the things I like to do.
Yeah.
And with my rheumatoid arthritis and my other things, I sure as hell am not wasting a moment on anything that I dislike because I already got pain and other stuff going on. So
Yeah, I
I don't have
actually
time
did
for
have to
you.
comment on this one though, because I've never heard of someone hating someone so bad that they would jump on top of their car, that she would come out in the parking lot and cuss out the girl, and just all this crazy stuff, that she ate a pizza that her hater sent to her that she was allergic to, and I can't even.
Wow.
And I didn't
Okay.
even know that there were. I mean, I knew of YouTube, but I didn't know that there were that bizarre of a fan audience out there.
Whoa, hold on a second. I did it again. Hold on. I'm going to put this one behind me because I'm, wow. Yeah, that is, holy cow. That's freaking crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
Tony says, he says, you will always get negative people on YouTube. The goal is just to hate you because they're jealous of your success, Lady Borgia. They also have stupid channel names on here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jessica, what's up? Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
Jessica, how are you? It's good to see you.
Um, And thank you again, Angel. Yes, guys, please check the description box. If you scroll down, there's a bunch of Amazon links for free stuff. There's also a schedule down there that tells when news stories will be on. I'm on every Monday and Wednesday with Lady Borgia Live and news stories, but it does switch back and forth because I give my guests a choice of which day they'd like to be on, as it is an international show, and often people are coming on at times like 2 a.m. their time. We are talking right now about bullying and the internet, and as anybody who's seen the show before is, it is an interview, but we do have audience participation, myself, and after a certain point, I like to let things just kind of go where they naturally and organically go, because that's where you end up finding out the most interesting things. Jess K, she says she is awesome and is glad to see you, and she retweeted
Thank
and
you.
loved it. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Thank you.
I am learning about, and definitely just keep, please scroll down. You'll find the links to Gator's channel, which I'm sure you already know it,
Oh, she does.
and
Yeah.
other people in there, and the schedule, and people who are upcoming on the show. I'm still stuck on the people live stream fights. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
I didn't understand that either. That actually really hit hard with me. That actually bothered me.
Yeah, it
I
is. Like,
don't
you
make
can see me.
videos.
I keep like stuttering and bringing it back up because I'm a little like,
Generally, my channel is a very positive place, but I
right.
felt like someone needed to talk about that,
Well,
because it's
yeah.
not fair to let these YouTubers that are making bad names for themselves get away with it.
Well, you know what? I have a thing about that too. I've talked about things on live streams in a very matter of fact way. And I've opened up the discussion to various things people have brought up. And I said, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Not everybody's going to agree, but let's talk about it and open up the
absolutely.
discussion. And that I am open for. And that's the kind of stuff that, yeah, Amo says stupid. There's no point to film that. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a trap production says, hey, Gator Bite, I'm here too. Thanks for
Hey,
mentioning
Trap,
me on
how
the
are you
stream.
doing? Thank you for
We've
stopping
got
by.
lots of people coming to see you tonight. I just want to make sure you know. Terribly sorry, guys. I'm drinking water like a camel. It's really hot here.
Oh, no need to apologize.
But
I have
what was
my soda, my vanilla Coca-Cola.
oh, I see. Those are so good. I haven't had one of
I
those in
love
so many
those.
years. I don't
You
drink
gotta get
soda
one of
that
them.
often. I do. I also have to try the Sonic thing out since it's down the road from my house. I'm such a weirdo. There's so many
You
things like
have
that.
to you have to film a review the first time you eat Sonic so I can see your reaction.
I will do so. I will film a reaction because I don't even remember the last time I ate fast food. The only fast food I eat is Panera, and even that's not very often. I don't really think that counts as fast food.
Yeah. I changed my diet a lot recently. I don't eat as much junk as I used to.
But you know, that's when it's good. In fact, I talk about that on my health, wellness, and lifestyle show, Feeling Better with Borgia, which is an entirely corny and kitschy name, but it's fun. So that's the one I came up with, guys. Sorry. Vanilla Coke, Jessica says Vanilla Coke is her favorite. And please call me Tony Jessica. It's easier than my channel name. Yes, Silver Retro Collector is Tony. So every so often I say it because we have people listening. I do have an audience that likes to listen, so I will say Tony, aka Silver Retro Collector. And we have people who come. We have actually quite a few people that come back on the replay. So everybody on the replay, kisses, and I love you. So I totally understand speaking up about that, because that's like when we spoke up about vaccinations in here. Or we actually did have a conversation in Lady Borgia Live about bullying, and there were several different men on YouTube that were basically going back and forth trying to bully and doing rants against each other. And
Yeah.
I allowed a conversation in Lady Borgia Live on it and said, okay, go ahead, let's talk about it. So I totally understand talking about it on your channel in a video.
Yeah.
I just happen to do mine live. That's the only difference.
I've
But
addressed a few, not many. I did one about Shane Dawson when it came out that he was, you know, a
I don't know
you
anything.
know.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Okay.
People talk about him, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I've heard the name, but I literally have never. I don't think I've seen Shane Dawson. I don't know.
I understand. Yeah, the whole issue with him and kids and that sort of thing, and I kind of defended him.
Okay.
I talked about Logan Paul.
I have
I did
heard of
not
him.
I did not defend him at all. I think what happened was awful. I don't think it
Yeah.
should have ever happened.
I have to say, I know very little about Logan Paul, but the obvious thing that I know about him is what was because people talk about the apocalypse happened because of Logan Paul. It didn't happen because of
Yes.
Logan Paul. It happened because YouTube was not filtering the videos and so on and so
Yes.
forth. But
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
the big but to it is what Logan Paul did. I don't blame him for that, but what he did was gross. I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
just straightforward, I will say it. I think that's gross. I mean,
Absolutely.
if you come across someone who's dead, the hell I'm going to think, break out the camera.
Absolutely. No.
I mean,
No,
or
that
if,
wouldn't even be the first thing in my mind. My first thing would be to call 911, honestly.
thank you. That's the
Yeah.
first thing in my mind would be, holy crap, I need to
I
call the
would be
police.
like, I
Someone
need
is
to,
dead.
yeah, I need to shut off the camera. This
Mm-hmm.
is not going up there.
Dear God, no, I can't. I mean, I don't put things up on my YouTube channel if they're not lit right. I sure as hell am not putting a dead body up. I mean, I just,
No, for sure.
that's,
No.
and
No.
I'll say it straight out. So that's all I know about Logan Paul. I don't watch his
Yeah.
channel because that's how I found. I didn't know who he was before that, but when I found
I think
out
he was
about
like
him,
a Disney kid or something, or maybe that was his brother. I'm not sure.
yeah, I really had never heard of him before that. I didn't know who Logan
Mm-hmm.
Paul was. Yeah, Angel
Yeah.
says one of the things Lady Borgia and I have in common is we stay away from drama. Yep, I have very little. I have a low drama tolerance. I like to talk. I love to discuss. I love to debate. But the bull, I'll just block your ass, and then
As much
we'll be
drama
done.
as you'll get out of me is I like watching 90 Day Fiance. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it.
No,
That is
and
a
that's the next thing.
guilty pleasure.
It's so funny that she said that, because I was about to bring that up. Was we were talking in the pre-interview, and for those of you who don't know, Ammo says, wait a second, the fact that he was all like, "Ooh, a dead body is disgusting." Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I understand some curiosity about what a dead body looks like, because a lot of people have not seen one, and there might be a curiosity, what does dead person look like? I get it. I have seen them because of the field I was going to be in. But filming it and doing whatnot, obviously, I think everybody. Wait, Divine Tiffany! Hey! Awesome! WrestleMania says, sorry, Gatorbite, I don't like giving negative feedback, so I will not be contributing to the negative comment video. He said, if I don't like something, I just don't comment or go back. Okay, fair enough.
I respect that. Yeah.
That's cool. So Divine Tiffany says, hey, Gatorbite.
Hi, how are you?
Sweetheart, good to see you. Wonderful, wonderful. So the next thing that we were going into, and it's funny that she read my mind, was the television shows. This is the drama, and it's funny that I was about to use this to segue into it, and Olivia read my mind. The drama that she enjoys. Go ahead. Why don't you tell them what your favorite TV shows are? I like this.
So I do like 90 Day Fiance. It is a guilty addiction. Some of you may watch it. I don't know.
I've seen it.
Basically these couples, and they are married, or they're going to be married to someone that is in another country, and they kind of see how everything works. And of course, it's different there than it is here in the States. They have different laws and whatnot. And you kind of
There's a lot of frustration on it. I didn't watch that one as much, but honestly, when you said it, I know what it is, and I have watched it. Like, I don't know who Logan Paul is. I don't know. If you say Shane Johnson and put him in front of my face, I couldn't tell you which one he is. But when you said 90 Day Fiance, I'm like, oh yes, seen it. I have watched that. I admit it. I've watched some really weird television.
No, I totally get it.
And I also this is one that you brought up. This one was off the air for a while, and it has returned, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But when I saw this show came back, I admit I had to go watch it. I had to.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them what that is?
What is?
It's a show you brought up, but it was gone for a while. Recently, I know you knew which one I'm talking about. Which one is that, Olivia?
90 Day Fiance, right?
Well, no, Bridezilla's.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in that realm. I was like, 90 Day Fiance, you know, it just kind of got over, but I know they're bringing another one back. Now, I'm not really familiar with this other group as much, so that one's supposed to be coming back August the 5th, I think.
Yeah, 90 Day Fiance, I don't follow. Hold on one sec. WrestleMania. Okay, you're going out of the stream. I'm helping my son with his evening routine, so my comments don't make sense. I've only got half the conversation. All right, Jesse. Jamie, I love you. Thank you so much. If you're going in and out, totally understand. That's really cool. And you know, we always love people who listen. I do that with a lot of streams. I just sit and listen while I'm working. Jess says, I love Bridezilla's. I have to say, it's oddly a train wreck. It's some of it. Do you ever get annoyed enough that you change the channel though?
No. I honestly just yell at them. I'm not
really. Oh, I've got to hear this.
Sometimes I do. There was this one girl, she got so mad because her mom put a flower on her cake. So she just goes, wah! And she knocks the entire cake off the table. And I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, you moron! Now you have no cake!
Seriously. I did not see that one, but...
She was called the Cake Flipper. You have to look it up.
I'm going to have to look that. She flipped her own damn wedding cake?
She flipped her own wedding cake.
That's seriously stupid. I mean, that's just like really stupid.
Yeah, I was, and the person that made it was like, oh my god, like, why'd you do that?
I'd be pissed. Oh, Tony, thank you so much for watching. It's nearly 1:30 Tuesday morning here. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. I love my international audience. Kisses, Tony, and I will see you soon. I miss you. I'm so glad to see you, and thank you for understanding. We accidentally kicked you out for 300 seconds. You're awesome. Yes, Divine Tiffany, absolutely. And Ammo, she says, yes, seriously. She's talking about the The Bridezillas. I didn't see that episode, but I do admit when it
Yeah.
came back on, I had to see it. And the thing that fascinates me about that show is these people request to be on there.
Yes.
And they know, like, they're proud of being
Yeah.
a jerk.
Mhm.
It's like a matter, this badge of pride that certain women have, that
Yeah.
really they're abusive to people
Yeah.
and they like it.
Yes. And they get
It's
paid for it.
it's fascinating.
It
And on
is.
one hand, I'm like, I should not watch this because then I'm contributing to this. But on the
Mhm.
other hand, it's I admit it. I watched it and sat there going, damn, why is he marrying you?
Right.
You're
Yeah.
evil.
I
I think
thought that too. Mhm.
I think it's morbid fascination. So half of me feels, I generally don't feel guilty about things, but that's one of the things where I'm like a little bit like, wow, you're contributing to this by watching, but
For sure. For
it's
sure.
sick. It's sick fascination. I admit it.
It is.
Oh, WrestleMania says, great stream tonight. Gator Bite is a really good guest. He says, not
Thank
as
you
good
so
as the
much.
51-year-old bald guy you had on the disability panel. But Gator Bite is pretty good. He's
Thank
messing
you.
with you. He's teasing.
That's okay. I take jokes very well.
Thank you so much. Jess K says, so true. Divine Tiffany, she says, wow, not the cake. I love cake and baking.
No, I was pretty
Seriously.
upset about that cake getting knocked off the table, and I can't even imagine what the lady who designed her cake, like standing right over there, and she's watching this all happen. I mean,
Wow.
I can't even. I would be so mad, so mad.
I would have been too. Ammo says, I saw this one episode where there was a woman who freaked the frick out just because there was one tiny dirt speck on her dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yep.
Sadly,
I
that's
saw
been
that
on a
one.
lot.
Yeah.
There was, yeah, the girl, it's an old one. She was from Long Island.
Yeah.
And she was proud of herself for being like the nastiest bee ever. And she had long
Yeah.
dark hair.
Mhm.
I think she's like they had, right when the show was coming back on, I think they had like the 10 worst. And
Yeah.
she was on there, and I think she was calling some guy, like, you $7 an hour doorman. And she was
Yeah.
just like nasty,
Mhm.
nasty. Oh, I
Yeah.
admit it though. I watched. What channel is that on? I forgot. When is it?
It's on TLC.
I haven't seen it in a while because I ran across it accidentally and now I forgot. But so I'm here. I am. It's horrible. I'm contributing to
Yeah.
it. When is it on?
Well, I mean, Ivan watches it too, so he's guilty too. He laughs at them. He literally will sit there and just laugh at them.
Oh,
And
that's hysterical.
I turned to him one night just randomly, and I said, "Would you marry me if I was anything like them?" And he goes, he just keeps his mouth shut, and I go, "I guess that's a no."
The smart man, though. I mean, you got to wonder about
Yeah.
somebody's self-esteem if they're gonna marry somebody who's. I mean, the girl that I saw recently, I guess it was an old one, but she was
Mhm.
very proud of being evil. Like, that
Yeah.
was her
Some
thing.
people take pride in that. They really do. Mhm.
And she looked like right in the camera. I am evil. She told the guy, she's like, I am evil. Evil. All right. You got it, girl. You be
Yeah.
evil. I'm not gonna hang out with you, but that's cool.
Right.
That's hysterical. So one of the other things that she talked about, other than television shows and 90 Day Fiance, was her love of the paranormal, and I love it. The Haunted Mansion.
Yes, I love the Haunted Mansion.
That is one of my favorite rides since I was a child at
Oh
Disneyland.
my god, you would love my handbag then.
Oh my gosh.
I have a Haunted Mansion handbag.
There's Haunted Mansion handbags?
Yeah,
Oh my
I
goodness.
I can send you the link to it later if you want. I found it on Amazon.
Yes, yes, please. I love that. I love it. The only time I didn't love it was once when I was sick. Hemo says I'm evil in a good way. Me too, Hemo. Me too. In a
I
fun
think we
way.
all are. Yeah,
Evil in a fun way. In
yeah.
a all in good fun. Yeah, Emma, why are their husbands wearing them? Self-esteem issues, obviously.
Yeah.
But that is wow. I do want the link for that. I am so
I will get you the
excited.
link for that.
Yay! I want a haunted mansion first. Oh, yeah, my two.
It's actually cheaper than buying it from the designer themselves, but the way that I got the bag was like I'd gotten it from the designer themselves.
Sweet, that's awesome. Oh, Divine Tiffany loves the haunted mansion too. Divine Tiffany is into a lot of spiritual things, and she's actually going to be a guest on here at some point.
Nice.
Oh, Wrestler Mania says great stream tonight. Gator Bite is really good. Oh wait, it just popped up again. Kathy, I don't know how that just popped up exactly again, but it did. Kathy is here. She says, "Hey all, I'm heavily medicated and feeling pretty good at the moment. Thumbs up to medication."
Hi, I've heard about you. I hope you're doing well.
And she says, "A tad sleepy, but I also want to watch your earlier stream from today. Love you all." I love you, Miss Kathy. And good. You should be jacked up right now because you had your nose broken today, sweetie. So you need to be on all the meds possible to make you comfortable and happy.
It's amazing that you can still be here with us with all the medication. I feel like, you know, you're like a total.
Kathy is a trooper. She texted me when she got out of surgery. In fact, before Kathy went into surgery today, she actually got on the live stream that was for her support with the IV in her arm and was talking on the live stream. So this is one lady that, wow, I mean, she really has been through it today, and she is still. She texted me when she got out. We have each other's phone numbers and let me know. And that's how I was able to tell all you guys what was going on with her when we got on. And Angel, exactly. That's what I told Kathy. She says, "Glad you." I told her, "You make sure you rest." I know we call her the YouTube mom because she's kind of mom to everybody. And but I think I was being a little bit mom-like today because I was like, "All right, but make sure you rest, please," because she's going to vlog about this. And she took footage, and I said, you rest too," because her son is getting married in 18 days. That's incredible that she's doing this right before. But okay, wonderful. She said today's doctors were amazing, and she updated her vlog. Oh my God, she already updated her vlog. She said the editing isn't great, but I also think it's the drugs. Tiffany just goes, wow.
Yeah. I'm like blown away right now. I don't know what to say. Like
this is like the stream. People are going to go back in the stream of like Lady Borgia stuttering because of so many different things. I mean, we've heard about jumping on cars, somebody being one to be beat with a stick who enjoys arson as their hobby. I mean, that's not something like you go on Facebook and the things that you like are, you know, I like scrapbooking and arson. I mean, you just don't see stuff like that.
No.
But Miss Kathy, I don't know how the hell you edited that, but rock on. That rock on, girl. That's incredible. I would be asleep. I've had surgery twice and I would have been sleeping, or I did have one surgery that I kept trying to watch a movie. What did she say? Movie, spicky piece of cake, just threw it up. Oh, sweetheart. Yeah, you need to lay down.
Yeah.
It's okay, Miss Kathy. It's all right. It's sometimes the medicine makes people sick, and it makes you a little fuzzy, but now we know you're feeling good, and hopefully your tummy will settle down. Yeah, she says, "I'm sure I will be out tomorrow." Yeah. Well, you had your nose broken today. They removed a tumor and had to break her nose partially to get it out, so out of her maxillary sinus. So yeah, I am in shock that you're here and even able to type at all. I mean, hell, on a good day, I don't type well. With my arthritis, everybody knows I'm a terrible typist and make typos everywhere. Although it's a pet peeve of mine, amazingly enough. So thank you so much, Kathy, for stopping in, and we love you listening, but don't type too much, honey, because we want you to rest and not make yourself upset. Spicing was easy peasy. That's what I meant. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's all right. The meds that you're on, I know exactly what you feel like. I've been there. So we're gonna go on. We're talking about the haunted mansion, and yeah, Miss Angel's right. Awesome, Miss Ketty, you are a go-getter. You say that I go out and get things. Good, you got it going on, girl, today. So we were talking about the haunted mansion, and
Yeah.
I was getting so excited the fact that there is a purse that exists of this ride.
Yes.
So when did you get into oh wait, one more thing. She says, okay, I think I should get off now. Love you all. It hurts to laugh. We love you, Miss Kathy.
Thank
Yes,
you for
go
stopping by.
rest. Thank you so much. You have made the Hall of Fame. You Stories has never had somebody stop by who just had surgery. We've
Yeah.
had a lot of like Hall of Fame moments. And I think the arson is one of them. But Miss Kathy, you just made the Hall of Fame. We have never had somebody who just had surgery a couple hours ago show up. So you have made the Hall of Fame in a huge way. So applause to Miss Kathy. Awesome. Big hugs to Miss Kathy. That's we've had a lot of incredible moments since I started the show, but damn, this show is really just knocking them out of the park. Oh, and I'm like sweating here with the tissue. That's cute. The funny part is I know I can turn the camera off myself, and I do it anyway. So, all right, let me get a drink, and we're gonna go back to the haunted mansion. Oh, she says, "But you are my friends, and I love you. We'll watch the replay during recovery and get to know your guests. Good night." Okay, good night, sweetheart. All right, so when did you get into the haunted mansion?
Ever since I've known about it, pretty much.
So, what did you start as a kid, or was that in high school, or?
I was about, I think, around 12, 13.
Awesome. Have you been? Have you been to Disneyland or Disney World?
I've been to Disney World. I have yet to go to Disneyland, but I would like to one day.
Ah, that's the original. That's where I'm from, is California. But
Oh, nice.
yeah. If you guys don't know, can I say where you are? Is
What's
that
that?
okay? Is it okay if I say what state you're in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I always ask first. She is down in Florida, so that makes sense that she's going to Disney World. Yeah, I was originally from California, Santa Barbara, so I grew up going to Disneyland. I've never been to Disney World, so that is absolutely awesome. I love that. When did you get into the paranormal?
Oh my gosh, it's been as long as I can remember. I've always had a suspicion that my old house, which is my parents' house, which I lived in for a lot of my life, I always had a feeling that one of their rooms was haunted.
I can totally associate with that. There's a spirit that lives in this house. I've seen him. So yeah,
I've never seen one. I know my grandma has. I know she's told me stories about it.
well, that oh wait a second. Angel just said YouTube is Disneyland. YouTube, you know what, Angel, the part of YouTube that we love is Disneyland. It's what I call Disneyland, and that's the part I was talking about before. It should be a global playland for people who like to create and have fun together, and people who love to watch it. So that's, to me, it should be Disneyland, and that's the part that that Olivia loves, and I love, and you love, and everybody who here, because I know everybody here is a really cool person. So yeah, you're right. It is Disneyland. That's
It
very
is.
true.
Yeah, for sure.
It's global Disneyland. We can play on a good one day after I started, I was like, wow, I can play with people and like make up plays and do this stuff at a global level. This is
Yeah.
awesome. But
And you never know who watches your videos too. I mean,
exactly.
I actually, I know this is going to sound really weird, but I actually had an actor that used to come into my videos when I wasn't even really that well known or anything. And
No, that doesn't
he's
sound weird at all, because I grew up around a lot of actors and famous people. I used to
he
go to their
ended up
kids' birthday
messaging.
parties. They
Yeah,
watch, yeah, they watch videos
he
too.
ended up messaging me one day, and I checked, of course, to make sure it was legitimate. You
Right.
know, you got to do that. And he said, "Hey, um, I watch your videos. I like them. Do you mind reading one of my comments in your videos? And I said, are you kidding me? Like that's amazing. Like, you know.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy to me because I'm like, that's wild. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say.
I forget because I grew up in Santa Barbara, California, and a lot of people live in Santa Barbara because people don't bother famous people there. Like Oprah has a house there, Ronald Reagan. So when I was growing up, and my auntie, her father was in the movies. He was an actor her whole life. My grandmother was a designer for Edith Head, who was a very famous movie designer, and she used to tell stories about Rita Hayworth not wearing panties to fittings and all kinds of stuff like that. So, and my mom was a model. So I grew up around a lot of famous people and didn't think anything of it. I just, they were there. And I didn't know that there was anything to it. Angel says, I have caught spirits watching me sleep. When I open my eyes, they get startled and poo. Yeah, I can understand why they would be afraid of Angel. And because she go and get them if they're not nice. But no, that's actually really cool. And I totally believe that I've watched your videos and you have really cool videos. So I don't see why people, yeah, they watch, like I told a story about a wedding and unfortunately I could not tell who it was, but yeah, they watch the same things we watch. They just do it famously. So
yeah, for sure.
that's the only
Not
difference.
many of them let you know about it. They just kind of do it anonymously most of the time. So the fact that he even reached out to let me know about it was crazy to me.
That's
I'm like thinking,
that's
this
really
guy,
cool
he's like
though.
a Hollywood actor, and he's reaching out to me. This is crazy.
That's
I don't even
fun.
have like I don't think I even at the time had like 20 subscribers at the time, so it was nuts.
Yeah, but
You
see,
know?
that's somebody who has a brain because I tend to look at channels for what they have on them, not for how many subscribers they have. Because
Same.
I've seen
Same.
channels that have tons of subscribers that are boring as hell to me. And I've seen
Yeah.
channels that have very few people but have really great content. So I tend to ignore how many subscribers they
I
have.
relate. Same.
And if
Same.
I like something, I'll watch it. If not,
Same.
it's just even before I was a creator, I didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
I decided if you were cool by myself,
Yep.
not by YouTube standards.
Absolutely.
So interesting. Oh, WrestleMania's thing keeps popping up repeatedly. YouTube is glitching.
Yeah.
And it keeps re-popping up. Great stream tonight. Gator Bite is a really good guest. Gotta get going. Love you all later. Yeah, WrestleMania, your same comment keeps like in a loop popping up. It's hysterical. I keep seeing it go by. So anyway, back to the paranormal.
It's kind of, I guess, kind of like whack-a-mole, huh? It just keeps popping up.
It does. And it's actually kind of funny because there's a spirit in my house that likes to play games. So it entirely could be very, very briefly. And we are going to have a paranormal special. And I told you about it before, which you said you were interested in being on that one. So that's awesome.
Yeah, if I'm not traveling, I'll definitely do it.
Awesome. And also when we do further disability streams, you're always welcome to be on the panel.
I would love to.
Awesome. So WrestleMania says, I am YouTube famous, I guess. Haha later. You of course you are, honey. You are famous.
Everyone here. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We are, because anybody in the globe could get on and watch us at any time. And the first time I live streamed, somebody in India got on and said, I love your live stream. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm in India. So literally anybody in the world who wants to watch us can right now.
Yep.
So we are there for the world.
That's true.
Here I am wiping my sweaty face and drinking water. Hope you're enjoying it.
Here I am whipping my hair out of my face like every 5 seconds.
They're used to it on this channel. So laughing. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's so it's really interesting. Yeah, the spirit that lives in my house, I hadn't seen one that clear. That's the clearest one I've ever seen. And he likes to play games and hide things. And it's not just me, my whole family's seen it. The short version is I saw him standing in a hallway. And he always walks into the same spot, which usually in the
Right.
spirit world means that's where an old doorway was, or there's some kind
Of
of
course.
boundary
Of
there.
course. Yeah.
And the cats and the dogs and little kids will stand there and stare at that spot in the hallway.
Yeah.
So one thing he likes to do though is he does like to hide things. And I haven't made him leave the house. I do know how, but
Right.
I don't, because I don't have a problem with him,
Mhm.
because he hides things. But if I really ask for them back, they do appear. And one of the things that happened was one of my younger family members had a little stuffed toy. We called it Puffy. It was a little stuffed dog.
Mhm.
And we were leaving the house, and they said, "Well, where's Puffy?" And I went, "Oh, geez, you can't leave without Puffy. God knows what would happen if you didn't have Puffy." They're about 3 years old. And
Right.
so we're searching the house. Can't find Puffy. Puffy's gone. And I said, "All right, come on. Where is Puffy?" We walked around, and we were all together, and I didn't have a
Right.
dog yet. We walked around the corner and walked into one of the bedrooms, and in the middle of the bedroom floor, in a perfectly clean room, Puffy was sitting in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, and it wasn't there before. We'd all been in that room. So, and that's happened quite a few times. So what is your grandmother seen? Is there's a spirit in her house?
No, I think she just kind of saw one after someone had actually passed on.
Right.
Um, she wanted to know that they were okay,
Hmm.
and she didn't know that. And so I
Yeah, that can
I
be disconcerting. I think a lot of people want to know when people pass
they
on if
kind
they're
of
okay.
they kind of came to her, or their spirit or something. I don't remember exactly how she worded it, but they let her know that they were there and that they were okay. And I remember having the conversation with my grandma, and I said, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And she said, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
And my grandma, she's a very smart lady. She knows her stuff. And I know that she wouldn't mess around with me on any of this stuff. My grandma's always been my biggest fan, always been my biggest believer. And
That's
once she said
awesome.
that
Yeah, I
she
was really
saw
close to
one,
mine too.
yeah, once she saw that, I was like, she's not lying. There's no way.
No, I absolutely
I
believe her. I've had several homes that I've lived in. I've had one house where there was nothing. There was
Yeah,
just nothing there. I had no feeling of anything. But there was other homes that I've always been able to feel it.
yeah,
And as I've
absolutely.
gotten older, and especially since my grandmother passed, it's actually gotten more so.
Hmm.
But I think everybody has the ability to do that. It's just how to learn how to turn it on.
Yeah,
But I can't tell you how that is, and I can't tell you how it's gotten more since my grandmother passed. So
right.
I'm not the expert on that by any means. Um,
I can tell you one experience that I've had. I'm gonna save the other one for a story time, which is gonna be coming up around
okay,
Halloween.
sure, I'd
So,
love to hear one.
this one's kind of just short, and it was an experience that I had here. It
Mm-hmm.
was about, I don't know, I want to say it was somewhere kind of a little bit after Halloween,
Right.
and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm sitting in the living room. My dog is sitting on the side of the couch sleeping. The remote is all the way on the other side of the room. I'm not touching anything. She's not touching anything because she's sleeping. All of a sudden, the fan just whoosh, just cuts on. I'm like,
Oh,
oh my god, like, and I'm looking at her like, I know she didn't do it because she's sitting here sleeping. The remote's on the other side of the room. I'm sitting here. There's no remote around me. What just happened?
they like to play with energy stuff. That's
And I turned it off, and it didn't turn back on or anything, but I thought to myself, like, whoa, like, that was something.
that's cool. That's fun. Yeah, we've
It did
definitely.
scare me a little at first. It did catch me a little off guard. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, if you're not used to it and you haven't been around it a lot, it definitely can, because it can be a little unsettling not being able to see what's happening in a room that you're in.
Oh, yeah.
So I totally understand that.
And I've heard another instance that I had was I kept hearing this noise and I didn't know where it was coming from. And it wasn't anywhere from, you know, around the neighborhood or anywhere like that, but it was like this knocking noise, like towards the bathroom wall or something. And I'm like, what
Right.
is that? You know, and I'm looking
Right.
around, I'm looking, and when I go investigate, you know, I don't hear anything. And then I leave the room, and then I'm like, what is that?
Wow.
Like, I know my dog's not in there. What's going on? Like, I don't know.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool though, because I believe that when people pass, they go somewhere.
I do. Yeah, I believe that too. Mm-hmm.
And I think some of them, like when my grandmother passed, I actually never was able to do this before, and it was the only time that it happened. But it was actually really cool when you're talking about wanting to know if somebody's okay.
Right.
I've always had the ability to know certain things before they happen, and some of the clairvoyance, some of the clairs, because there's clairaudience, clairsentience.
Yes.
I've had some of those my whole life. I have clairaudience. I hear, as Angel put it, with my spiritual ears. And this was one of the loudest ones because I also, there was a time in the hospital when something happened, somebody was dying, and I heard a voice say, she'll be okay. And I'm like,
yeah.
but I didn't hear it with my ears, and it wasn't in my head. And I said it to Angel, and Angel said to me, she's like, that's your spiritual ears. And I thought that was like the best description.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever heard something like that, it's not in your head and it's not
No.
in your ears. It's like,
Yeah.
where the hell did I hear that from?
Yeah.
But my grandmother passed, and she had dementia. We were really, really close. I was really close
I'm
with
so
both of my
sorry.
grandmothers. So
Yeah.
it's okay. She had dementia for quite a few years before that, and she was almost 90. She would have been 90 this
Wow.
March.
That's
And in
amazing.
fact, yeah, so she lived a very long life, and both
Yeah,
my grandmothers did.
my grandpa's in his 90s and he survived a stroke, so.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, my grandfather
Yeah.
subscribed. What the hell is wrong with me?
Your grandfather
Wow.
is subscribed to you. He should be if he isn't. He should be.
I took a break from YouTube for a couple days because I wasn't feeling well, and I think that was a good idea because instead of survived, I just said subscribed. That's incredible. Wow, that's bad. But you're right. He should be subscribed to me. I think they would actually, my grandparents, if they were still alive right now, I think they would love it if they could turn on and watch me. But yeah, my grandmother, we were really, really close. We used to talk all the time. That's why I totally identify with you and your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
But when she passed, my grandfather had passed quite a few years before. He was 14 years older than her, and he passed at 89. And so she passed, and we were sad, of course. And that's why, you know, even though we hadn't been able to talk to her regularly in quite a few years because of the dementia, it was still like that was it. You know, it was gone. And that's the reason why I put out 2 videos in December, and then my grandmother passed right after New Year's, and that's why I stopped YouTube and restarted in February. I needed a little time.
Oh,
And yeah, and I just
I would do the same thing.
yeah, I just couldn't, like, oh, my grandmother died. Okay, let's make a video.
I would be absolutely devastated. I'd be like making videos, guys, like, oh my god, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge crier, but I still, you know.
I would be absolutely devastated to hear something happen to my grandma to the point where I couldn't even make videos or, you know.
You're just not in the mood to do it.
I'd be able to put out an announcement, but I don't think I'd be able to be like, guys, I really need some time away.
Yes.
So I totally understand, and I think it's perfectly, you know, it's perfectly fine and all right to take a break when you need to, because what people don't realize is, you know, even though we're behind a camera, you know, we have thoughts, we have emotions.
Absolutely. And I'd only made 2 videos, so I really hadn't like started.
I hear you.
I was really proud of my second one because I did what was it? It was the night before makeup instead of the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas.
Love that. Love
Well,
that
they
movie.
you have to look the story. We read it in my family every year on Christmas Eve, whether there's children or not. We always read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" as part of our like Christmas traditions.
Absolutely.
And I was wrapping gifts the day before Christmas Eve. I'd made one YouTube video, which was opening a BoxyCharm and talking about myself. It was kind of like a get to know me a little bit.
Right.
And I didn't know much about editing. I think I edited 4 Instagram videos like the week before, or
Yeah.
December 14th. So I just learned editing. In fact, I put those up in July as like throwbacks. Like, look, I made 3 like 6 months ago, and I've come a long way.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had the thought. I was like, wow, I was wrapping presents. It was the day before Christmas Eve, and I went, hey, what about "'Twas the Night Before" makeup? Since I thought I was just doing a makeup and health and wellness channel, I thought.
Right.
So as I was writing it, I was like, oh my God, I don't have that much time. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Like, it won't be the same if I don't have it up in time for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel
So,
like there are certain videos that I feel like I have to kind of rush through.
right, exactly. Because if they're not up in time,
Yeah,
it
like
just,
the 4th of July, you know?
yes, exactly. And thank God for Mama Styles. She asked me to do a collab, and that pushed me to get that video up, or I might not have gotten it up.
Yeah.
But so I sat there rewriting it as fast as I could. I rewrote the whole thing into makeup form
Hmm.
and did the pair. I got myself in a nightgown, did the whole makeup, whatnot. So basically, in 3 or 4 hours, I rewrote the whole thing, got
I'm
it
gonna have to
filmed.
actually see that. I have not seen that. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's all the way back at the beginning. I think it's also in my special effects characters, and it turns into, instead of Santa Claus, it's Mother Makeup. So anybody wants, it's way back there. You guys will go find it. That's my second video ever. I was very proud of that I did it and I got it up, and it still makes me laugh. Like, there's little mistakes in it, but it still cracks me up. But anyway, my grandmother passed and didn't make any videos. But you said the thing about your grandmother, right? How she had the experience. Well, I went and I put, and if you look behind me in the video, there's a swag, of pine, like a pine tree swag. You know how they give you the branches from the Christmas tree? When you go get one and they trim the bottom
Hmm.
branches off. Well, we always keep them and we tie them, we make a little decoration for at home from them. And either I do it, some years my mother will do it and give it to me. Well, last year my mother made one and gave it to me, and I used it in my videos. Well, I went and they took that and I put it in. I don't know why I did this, but it had little lights on it, little battery operated lights. And I took it and I put it in the hallway window.
Hmm.
And I said, this is so, and I turned the lights on. I said, this is so grandma can see us. And
Right.
I do not know why I did this. I've never done anything like that. My father passed, didn't do anything like that, never done anything like this in my life. So put it up, turn the lights on, and I walked away.
Hmm.
And I'm doing my things and I'm walking around the house and I wasn't thinking about it. All of a sudden I hear my grandmother's voice.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the hell? But it was
Yeah.
kind of like it wasn't coming in clearly, but it wasn't her with dementia. It was her regular her. And I
Yeah.
hadn't heard that in years. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. She ended up talking and telling me she was okay. She was
Wow.
fine. She was with my grandfather, and she told me a couple things that were family things that I could not have known. And I told my mother, and she said, "Yeah, that's true." So it was her.
Wow.
Crazy,
It is.
so crazy. So
I
incredibly
rem-
long lead up to that, but
yeah, I
apologize for that.
remember I remember when this lady they did this episode of Catfish, and this lady reached out to her and she said, "I know you're gonna have a hard time believing me, but I can prove that your dad has been talking to me and he wants to talk to you." And
Wow,
one of the distinct details that she gave was a type of shirt that he wore that nobody else knew that he wore. And she said, "Oh, he wore the red, uh, what you call it, shirt, like the sports shirt, right?" She
Oh, like a
goes,
polo shirt type thing?
she goes to her, the woman, how did you know that? Nobody knows that but me. She
Mm-hmm.
goes, well, he told me that. And they
Yeah.
actually, yeah, and the woman, when they got to meet up with her, you know, everything like they do, the woman was actually who she said that she was. And
That's so rare on that show.
it, yeah, I
It
thought
really,
that one was
it's
really
so
interesting,
sad.
though.
That's so interesting.
That one actually intrigued me quite a bit.
Yeah,
And
I didn't
she,
get to see that one.
yeah,
I do
it's the
watch that
older
too.
one.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen it in a while, but I do watch that show. I always feel
that's what it
bad.
reminded me of. I thought to myself, like, that's crazy. Like, she's sitting here and her mom was there with her, and she's like, oh my God, like, how do you know this? She's like, I'm telling you the truth. I'm psychic, you know? He's telling me these things, you know?
I can
And
identify with that because I never heard someone so clear. Like that time in the hospital, I did, but I'm not sure who that was. We have
yeah,
ideas on who that might be, but because it wasn't a male voice and it wasn't a female voice, it was neither. And
right.
that's the only way I know how to explain it. But this one was the first time. I mean, believe me, I wanted to hear my dad when he passed, and other people got to see him.
Yeah,
And I'll tell those stories when we do the paranormal one. But he actually did appear to quite a few people who could not have
wow.
known who he was. And interestingly enough, it was always males, kind of like he was checking out, like, who the hell are you?
Yeah,
People that he didn't know or didn't know well, he would appear to. And I'll tell those stories when we do the paranormal episode. But I understand with that lady because it
yeah,
is they talk to you, and I never
yeah,
had it like I actually yelled at one of my family members, not like meanly, but I'm like, stop talking,
yeah,
shush, grandma's talking. And
yeah,
luckily my family understands well enough. My mom happened to be there, and she went,
right.
whoa, wait, she's hearing something. And I've always dreamed things, and if I get a gut feeling about something, it's just this weird sense that I have. My cousin has it too,
Yeah, I,
and my mom
yeah,
always believes me fully. She's like, no,
for
she
sure.
says it,
Yeah, that's how
it's
my grandma
happening.
is. She always believes everything that I say.
See, that's awesome to have somebody like, because you can sound, we a friend of mine and I have made jokes. He completely believes in all of this and stuff like that, and then he'll joke, he'd be like, are you in the same mental ward as me? And I'm like, yep. Do you hear me knocking on the door? I'm like, that's me,
Yeah,
I'm in the room next to you. We're
yeah,
just in the loony bin. But no, seriously, um I completely believe in that. I think we have
I
to go
do too.
somewhere.
I had this one lady, I remember it clear as day. It was when I was with another ex boyfriend, and he was a piece of garbage. He was my boyfriend at the time. And I remember I went to this psychic, and I'll never forget this experience. I will never forget this experience for anything in my life. And I said to the psychic, you know, I guess I'll take one, you know, just boredom.
Yeah, sure.
She goes, you're sad. I go, yeah. You know, I guess she, you know, can kind of tell or whatever. She goes, you have a boyfriend that doesn't treat you right. I go, wait a second. What's that? She goes, you have a boyfriend and he doesn't treat you right, right? It's like, maybe he starts with an L. I was like, oh
Okay,
my
that's
God. That's kind of creepy because I hadn't even sat down for anything yet. I was like, okay, tell me more. I worked over to Cash. I was like, tell me more. She
because
goes,
that's one thing, because to figure out you're sad is like one thing. I mean, that's, body language, whatnot. And to guess it could be a boyfriend is, a fairly decent guess. But to come up
yeah.
with the initial is L is not a common name.
She also goes, your
Hey,
other,
Diane, how are you? Sorry about that.
that's fine. She also goes, your other, you know, your other ex-boyfriend, he also has an L. Yeah. I was like, yeah. She's like, they both have 4 letters. I was like, who are you?
Wow.
Who are you? Like, this is nuts right now. She
See,
goes,
that's
your birthday.
crazy.
She goes, April, right? I go, wait, what? Yeah. I'm like,
Some of them are real.
this is nuts. And I go to her. I said point blank. I said, is this the man I'm going to marry? And I was talking about my ex boyfriend. She said no. I said, really? She said, you haven't met the love of your life yet. I said, oh, really? I haven't. She said, no. I said, what does his initials start with? She said, I, which my boyfriend's name is Ivan.
Wow.
She's like, you're gonna meet him.
And I is definitely not a common letter to start with in a name. I mean, L is already kind of the. I is definitely not a common one, at least in the U.S.
You are going to meet him when you are 24 years old. That is, we met when I was 24.
Yeah, I've seen him because I watched some of your videos, and I watched one of the recent ones.
Absolutely insane. She tells me that I'm going to be living in another town, a town that starts with an S, which is crazy because, you know, here I am in Stewart. So.
Wow. Hey, Rachel the Great. Glad to have you, sweetheart. We're talking about the paranormal, and G8TOR BYTE is telling us about a reading that she had just to get you up to speed. Go ahead.
I thought that was insane. And I said to myself, you know, I don't think I'm ever going to have any kids, but am I ever going to encounter any kids? She said, yes. I said, how many? She said, 2 of them.
And he has
2 kids.
Yeah, because I just saw, what was it? It was a graduation that you went to.
Yeah, he has 2 kids. So I'm like,
wow.
And this is what she told me years ago before I even met him, knew of him, anything.
That's incredible.
To myself, that is crazy.
Well, some people can do. I honestly, if I knew how to turn it on, like how I heard my grandmother and how I heard that thing in the hospital and some of the other things that I'll tell about and the dreams that I have about things, I would love to be able to turn it on and tell people things. I just have absolutely no idea. I know when certain things are happening and I can hear certain things, especially I have a really weird thing. I can tell if somebody's lying on television, which is a little bit of a weird habit, but it's people I don't even know. I started doing it and I was like, that person's lying. And I was watching TV with my family and they're like, how do you know that? I'm like, gut feeling. I just know. I can't tell you why I know. I just know. And they didn't look like they were lying. There was no reason to think of it. And then sure enough, the next scene, it happened to be a reality show, which is so shocking nowadays. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of TV, but it's kind of hard to avoid them. But sure enough, the next thing they said, it turned out it was a lie. And they were like, wow. And I don't know where I picked that one up, but I get this weird feeling when somebody is lying. And I'm like, I don't know what benefit this is that I can tell about lying across a screen. Like, no idea what I'm going to use that for, but okay. And it's just an odd thing that happened. But, let's see. Thank you so much, Angel. Yes, for anybody who's just come in, please check out the description box because we have all the information. If you scroll down for G8TOR BYTE and the schedule for future guests and some of the recent past shows below. If you missed the disability discussion, the link is below, and we will be having them regularly from now on, at least once or twice a month. I get such a huge response, as well as the adult edition will be coming back because you guys requested it. And you guys requested it be an adult version in the first place. So that is when we get to say naughty words and play funny games. And no, it's not nasty. We don't go that far. But that will be coming back. And we definitely will be having a Halloween one. It's not on Halloween night, probably the night before. And it will be a costume edition. But right now we are talking about, speaking of Halloween and whatnot, which some cultures celebrate Samhain. The next day, they also the Day of the Dead. It's commonly a holiday where people celebrate what's called ancestor veneration, worshiping of one ancestors. That's what Day of the Dead is. That's what Samhain is. And they say that's when the veil is the thinnest. That and the exact opposite of it in May. So we are talking about Halloween type things right now, since that is when the veil is thin. We actually had something really creepy happen on Halloween once. We went out, I was taking a family member out on Halloween, and I was telling stories about the veil being thin on Halloween and how spirits can do things, and there's various the whole tricks and whatnot. the history of Halloween started, people started dressing up. So these different spirits that maybe weren't as benevolent and kind,
Right.
so they actually blended in and didn't stick out so much. And that's actually where people started dressing up on Halloween. And I was telling stories about it and things to watch out for. And
Right.
this was the creepiest thing. We were walking along and there was this one street and there was this giant puddle. Like, this wasn't just a puddle. This was like a pond had formed. There'd
Right.
been like a major rainstorm recently.
Right.
In fact, we'd had Hurricane Sandy. That was
Yeah.
back when Hurricane Sandy happened, and I live near the beach, and a huge portion of it was destroyed. Um, Oh, Diane says, I could tell when people were lying. I used to see auras. I don't see them anymore. Interesting. I don't see auras, but it was something like that. I would get just this very strong, I do. I get this very strong feeling, like, especially through, I don't know why, television screens. It's
Yeah.
weird. But anyway, so Hurricane Sandy had gone by, and there's this massive, massive puddle. And I said, don't step in that. And I jokingly said, I said, watch out. It's a goblin trap. Like, you're going to step in it and maybe you fall right in. Well, oddly, it was something that wasn't a normal puddle, because the next morning we got up and went out and it wasn't there. It was bone dry. And we touched it. Like, it was a huge puddle. I don't know how a huge puddle, and this was just, hours before, was out there. And I was kind of messing around when I said it, but sure enough, it was gone. Completely gone. Yeah. And we're like, whoa, there's no way that could have dried up. There's like no storm drain. There's nothing. Where did it go?
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, Angel says, Diane, she said, that's an awesome gift. Or is that to Diane or me? Actually, probably both. I don't know. I don't think it's an awesome gift. Yes, Diane, exactly. Me with the TV. I don't know about that being an awesome gift. Kind of strange gift, but I've got other ones that are better, but I'll save them for later. But yeah, weird things like that happen. And I mean, I don't think it was any accident that we saw it, And of all things, and I know on Halloween, it's like, ooh, a creepy puddle. Ooh, but it is a creepy puddle.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
It sounds kind of stupid. You're like, oh, you were jacked up by a puddle. But that's weird. That's what
I remember when Graveyard Girl was talking to Shane Dawson.
Oh, 1 second. H.L. the Great is in love with your lipstick. H.L. the Great, this is G8TOR BYTE, also known as Olivia. Hi. She is linked. If you go down in the description box, her channel is linked below in the schedule, so you can check her out afterwards. I always link everybody, and the upcoming shows are also down there too, H.L. So check her out afterwards. Go ahead, please.
This is Jeffree Star and Crocodile Tears. I love this green. It's so like vibrant.
Oh,
right out there.
That's one of the ones that I want to get. I collect them because they're so versatile.
They are.
And since I do special effects and fantasy, wait, I had to show you something I just got. In fact, it's going to be in a video, but hold on. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Come here. I saw it and, it's stuck. Oh, come on. Why? Because I'm on a live? Of course. Of course. Hold on. As I pull out handfuls of Juvia's palettes.
Those are so pretty, actually. I've always wanted to try those.
Oh,
I have too many palettes right now, and I just can't get another one.
No, I understand that. I obviously have too many because I have something stuck in my... What the heck? Okay, here we go. I just pulled everything out. There we go. All right. I have a little cart that I put all these in. I actually have most of Juvia's palettes. I don't have the Nubian because it's all neutrals, and I have enough neutrals. And I didn't get the new Warrior one because I kind of have a lot of metallics, although I would recommend it. My favorite is the Masquerade. This is what I just got from Jeffree Star.
Oh my gosh, I want that one too.
Oh, yeah.
You're so lucky.
I wanted this, and since the proceeds especially went
I love that it went to the LGBT community.
Exactly. I had to get it because not only I'm like it okay, I'm like stuttering over it.
It's okay.
You can tell I love something when I start like not knowing what to say.
Oh no,
Um
I completely understand.
um oh, and I just realized I was focusing on you when I showed it. Hold on one second. I'll show the audience what on earth I'm talking about. This guys, I forgot that I had the camera positioned on Olivia. This is the Jeffree Star Equality, and this is all the colored lipsticks. And it's actually really great for someone like myself because the proceeds went to the LGBT community. And most of the time with lipsticks, they end up drying out before you get to fully use them,
Yeah.
unless it's like a favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was great. It actually went on sale right after I got it on Beautylish for $36.
Oh
I
wow.
was, yeah, I didn't get it for that price. I already ordered it. And
Right.
it went on, and then everything was like on half price, or like it wasn't half, but
Yeah, I got this when he did the St. Patrick's Day sale.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's one I want. That's one of the ones on my wish list because I collect them because they're so you can put them in the waterline, you can use them
Yes.
as eyeliner. I love
Yeah.
multi-use products. I
And
also
there
got
and he's also mentioned that, it's safe to do that. Some products you don't know, you're kind of iffy about. And he's like, no, you can put it on your waterline, you can put it on your eyes. I see people doing that a lot. I see some people using it like over here, like to draw stars and different little things.
exactly because I
Mm-hmm.
have my Mayron and my Wolf and all my special effects paints and stuff. And those
Right.
are great, but they're also water based. And I have a
Yes.
spray that can set them, but these are even better because they're waterproof.
Oh yeah.
So it's you don't have to worry about it washing away. So yeah, but Crocodile Tears is on my list. I want that one. And
And it stays on pretty well through like eating and drinking and that kind of thing. You only have to do like little touch ups here and there. As you can see, mine really hasn't moved that much.
no,
I've been
yours
taking
hasn't.
like a couple of like sips of this, and I haven't
Yeah,
really
you've
seen
been
it
drinking
move.
that throughout the show, and we've been on for
Yeah,
like
and
2.5
there's not even like
hours.
any on the there's not even any on the straw, really.
No, that's honestly Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks and Smashbox are my two favorites.
He's a
Smashbox makes
genius at his makeup. I will say that.
what's that? Yeah, he
He's a
is.
genius at his makeup. It doesn't matter what you think, how you feel about him. His makeup is good.
His makeup is incredible. The only other ones, and I have a couple of them right here. His and these, I'll pull out a couple. These Smashbox ones are my other favorites. The Smashbox Always On lipsticks.
I'm actually gonna have
They're
to try that. I have not tried that.
yeah, I have a bunch of these, and these and Jeffree Stars are a better price. These are 24, but these I had to get this. This was such a sick color. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're gonna go makeup on you guys. But guess what? This is a partially makeup channel, so this color I loved.
Oh, that's so pretty.
It's Vino Noir, and then
Yeah.
this is Man Eater. I love red lipstick, especially blue reds, and this is a blue red but a metallic. And I didn't
Oh,
get to
that's
get
so pretty.
because he had
Yeah.
poinsettia, and poinsettia was sold out, sold out, sold out. But Smashbox had Maneater, which is pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool, I can go for that. And then of course poinsettia came back, and I was like,
Go figure.
of course, I knew it would,
Right.
but yeah. So I love it. Angel comes in and talks about lipstick, and we're like, bam, right to the lips. Yes, Angel, I love makeup too. Oh, Angel Grey, she loves the always on lipsticks too. Yeah, they really are good. They're worth the $24. And I have my favorite color is I have it right here. I don't normally, in fact, one of the things that I'm going to make a video about this soon is about makeup care. I started learning about makeup when I was a kid because my mother being a model. And I keep everything in the original box and away from sunlight and heat because that can degrade your makeup really fast. So I don't leave my lipsticks out, especially on my vanity. But so I'm always keeping them in the box and keeping them hidden. But these are out. This color Boz, it's I love when they make names like this, BAWSE. I wore this enough and had this that I wore it right down to like scraping it out of the bottom, and it was still good, and then had to buy another one. So like that's how good they are. They actually stay like pretty good. They don't dry out and they don't leave that like crappy dry feeling on your mouth. Because I know
the same. Yeah, I feel the same with Tarte. Have you tried Tarte?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of Tarte.
Yeah, I love Tarte. I love their formula. It just goes on like so buttery and like so smooth.
It does. I have quite a few of them, and there was a bunch more that I wanted, and then I don't know why I ended up not buying them. I don't know. I do have a fair amount, and I really do like their formula. There was a couple more that I wanted. Angel said, I love an orange reddish color. They have, Smashbox has one, and you know who has a really good orange red is Jeffree Star has a couple. Anna Nicole is a really good orangey red. That's really orangey. Yeah. I want that one. Yeah, Angel, if you want a really good orange red, I have many that I can suggest. And I am going to do some makeup lives and live tutorials. But I want to get the OBS running to make sure it's a super clear connection because YouTube, you never know. So right tonight, it's pretty decent, but I want to make sure it's really, really, really clear. Angel the Great says she doesn't like the Tarte liquid lipsticks. Well, they have two different formulas. There's one that's longer wearing and there's one that's not, and it's a bit different. So, but yeah, everybody's got their opinions on what their favorites are. So, Angel, what are your favorites other than Smashbox? I'm curious. But as we go on,
pretty good as well.
You know what, NYX I've never been a huge fan of, but you know what I do use? I use their lip liners as eyeliner. I like that. And I actually
the boldness, like the colors that they have, it's a good alternative if you can't get like the really expensive, kind of lip products.
That's true. There are a couple because I think it's blue suede lip liner that I use as an eyeliner because I like the color.
I love Orange County. It's such a pretty orange color. It never disappoints. It doesn't come off very easy either.
I'm gonna have to try that because I've seen their lip suedes and they do have some pretty cool colors. Angel agreed says she loves Dose of colors, and you know what? That's one I haven't tried, and I've been meaning to.
No.
And Bare Minerals, yes, I have that. I have a bunch over here. Bare Minerals is pretty good.
I've tried Bare Minerals before.
But Dose of Colors, I've been meaning to try forever, and I don't know why I haven't. I also want to try. There's a bunch of them. I'm not going to get into the list of things I want to try in the makeup world. It's just never. That's a never-ending list. The next thing I'm getting is my big Mayron palette, the big 30 palette. But that's my next big thing. The other thing that I got recently, and I haven't made a video yet, but I was super excited to get it, and so far it's been amazing, is the Kat Von D the Liner Obsession collection. I got it, so I'm going to share it with everybody since we're talking about makeup really quick, and I am making a video on it. So look at this. And I've never used, you can use them for anything. Eyes, lips, whatnot. I used 5 of them.
Colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was eyeballing it for a while. And then
I don't blame you.
It went on sale, and then it went more on sale. And then I finally went, but you can use that for so many things.
Absolutely.
So I finally gave in, and I did do a look with it the other day, and it was, somebody said it was crumbly. It was mostly rated really well. They're pigmented as anything. They're a little smaller than normal, but for the price that I got them for, it was incredible. You would never get them.
Oh, yeah.
So, Angel, I am a Chanel girl. Most of my makeup is Chanel. Yeah, that's what I was started on, Chanel and Lancome. My first makeup was Chanel and Lancome. That's what my mom bought me. So I was started on high end, but I was also started in the makeup world in beauty. So, in fact, I was asked by my mother's agency. They really wanted me to sign with them, and I turned them down because I knew what really went into modeling and how uncomfortable you are a lot of the time. I mean, in the summer, you're wearing coats. In the winter, you're wearing bathing suits. Runway is a lot of fun. My mother's favorite part was runway and tea room. But yeah, Chanel is really good, Angel. There's definitely, you can't go wrong with Chanel. They just don't have all the colors that I would necessarily want. Juvia's Place is really good for that. I would definitely suggest the Masquerade palette is one of my top 5 favorite palettes, and the price is incredible. But we went from the paranormal and like straight into makeup.
I don't mean to get you off topic, but I actually turned down acting.
Did you? I would love to know. Go ahead. We go
I
off
did.
topic all the
It's
time in
just
here, and that's
it's
the
just
thing
a
I love
short.
about this
It's
show.
just a short story. I mean, if you want to see the whole thing, then you can watch my video.
No, please do. I'd
But I
love to
did
hear
a
about
brief.
it. I love
I
random
did a brief
stories.
thing with NYFA, which is the New York Film Academy, and
Right.
yeah, it was pretty cool. It was what I did as a teenager one summer for Disney, and it was a great experience. And one of the guys that I actually ended up meeting became a producer in Hollywood.
Cool.
He
That's
was my
awesome.
Yeah, he was my acting partner, and I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know where the rest of them are, if they made it or any of that, but I know he did. He actually directed a few movies and TV shows, and
That's fun. Acting is a lot of fun. I used to do it for fun when I was a kid. I never went and tried out for anything or did any of that. And like I said, I turned down modeling because I know the work that actually goes into it. And my mom said,
mm-hmm.
listen, you can, I will give you a yes and tell you you can do it, but do understand you're not going to be playing on Saturday, you're going to be working.
Yeah.
And if you're going to commit, you're going to commit.
Acting,
If
yeah. Acting's kind of the same thing, you know. People
oh,
think
it's
you just
work.
go behind a screen and you say a couple lines, and it's not like that at
No,
all. Oh, no.
not at all. I
Especially if
grew
you're
up all
doing,
around it.
especially if you're doing your own stunt work. Oh no, no, it's not like that at all.
Oh, that's a whole different ball of wax. If you're doing your own stunt work, like that's a whole nother job on top of it.
Yeah.
Diane Sulman says, my daughter wants to be an actor or drama somewhere. That's awesome. I'm all for
Yeah.
it. I love it. In fact, one of the things I wanted to find was a community theater because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be an actress in movies and do all that. That's a lot of work. But
It
I
is.
just
It
want to
really
go and
is. There's
it
so
really
much
is.
that goes into it. Actually, that's how I kind of learned a little bit about camera angles and kind of how to present yourself. They teach you all of that when you go into, the acting workshop. They teach you what camera angles look good on you,
Oh
how to
yes.
do this, what to do that. There's so many lines, there's so many takes. You do takes all day. And people
Oh
don't
yeah.
seem to understand that, I thought,
Well,
it's going to be
interest.
hard, but it's
Yeah.
not going to be challenging.
Angel
There's
says,
really
"Good for
that
you, Lady Borgia."
misconception.
Oh, there is. Angel says, "Good for you, Lady Borgia. Modeling is rough." Yeah, that's why I said no, because my mom was very. I mean, she knew I knew because I was often backstage at shows, and they used to let me do a lot of stuff normally you wouldn't be allowed to do because they wanted me to sign. And
Yeah.
so I was around a lot of stuff and got to see a lot of stuff, but ended up turning it down because I knew the work that went into it and just decided, no, I'm good.
For
I'm
me,
all
I
right.
think it was I didn't want
I
to be
liked
away.
acting better.
Yeah, I didn't want to be away from my grandma.
Well,
That's the
yeah,
main reason I turned it down.
that's true too because I
Yeah.
mean, I lived right there, so it wasn't I was already
I
right there
knew
in
I knew it
California.
was my dream, but I knew it wasn't the right time for me to pursue it.
That's no, that's really smart because yeah, since you're in Florida, that's a good 3,000 miles away, either from Los Angeles. The two big places are Los Angeles and New York. And you
Yeah.
know that most things are made. There's just a good amount lately. People are making a lot in Canada nowadays, but
Yeah, for
to be
sure.
present, you need to either be in Los Angeles or New York, and
You do. Yeah.
it's definitely a long ways away from your family if you're not used to
kind
it.
of
I
the
mean,
same with kind of the same with acting, it's mainly all in California. So
yeah, there's a lot in New
you
York
have to make
too,
that
but yeah,
commitment and you have to make that sacrifice. But the
exactly.
nice thing about YouTube is you can be anywhere in the world.
YouTube, yeah, you can do it anywhere. Diane says workshops are expensive in Australia. They charge about $3,000 for a week, and dailies are
Wow.
about 300. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Australia because when you go there, I've been to Australia and I've been to Sydney, and I loved going to the money exchange because the American dollar was worth more. And I was like, I get to turn this in. You're going to give me how much back? So that's my one of my favorite. And Australians have the most amazing colored money. It's it's
Yeah,
it's
for
so cool. It's
sure.
like a rainbow, except I had a really hard time of remembering that was real. It was like
hmm
Monopoly money. I'm like, oh, look at the pretty colors. And I'm like,
I've never been, but I have friends YouTube friends who live there, so.
It's a lot of fun. I got to go on a really cool trip once.
That's
I will
cool.
end up telling all of the stories one time. I told part of a story once, but we had a private dinner in the Sydney Opera House. They shut it down, and we had a dinner in there and stuff like that. And we
Wow.
had, yeah, there
That must
was
have been cool.
it was fun. They did a
Yeah.
lot of different parties for us. There was a yacht cruise around the harbor one night, and they really put on like a big thing when we came out there to visit.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, Angel says Canada too with our money is more good is better with the exchange. Yeah, one of my best friends was Canadian, and we were up there for the wedding. And I've been to Canada many times. Yeah, it's always fun to go to a country where your money is worth more. But I always enjoy that when going to the exchange. It was like, ooh, I get more back. Nice. But
Right.
no, that's very true with acting. People don't realize, and with modeling, that I mean, with acting, there's tons of lines to learn. And you
Oh
would have been
yeah.
interested. S2W Themes was on episode 7. And he actually right now is getting his certification for the Stage Guild in New York, so he can do all the things on Broadway. He's up to
Hmm.
4 certifications. He used to work on the Cosby Show, which
Oh
was
wow.
filmed. Yeah, it was filmed in New
Yeah.
York. There's quite a few shows that are filmed there, and it's very common in New York to see movies being filmed here. It's for a while there. In fact, he told a lot of stories about it. And he went into detail about what it's like to film a 3-minute scene, say from like
Hmm.
a period piece from the 1950s, and
Yeah.
all the details that are
There's
involved.
so much. Hmm.
Exactly. And it was really cool. His episode is really cool. He talked about all that. And it was really neat. Diane says, we support the LGBT community here. Awesome. And yes, S2W Themes rocks. Enzo and I are actually, we don't live far from each other. So we have some things that we're going to do together in person. I mean, I could get in the car and drive to his house like now and be there in a little bit. We have each other's phone numbers and stuff, but we have a couple collaborations going on together and a couple that we're going to do in person. But that is really cool. I love, that's one of the things I like about this show is random stories come out that I didn't know. And that's when I didn't know, guys, that she was into acting, and the stories about that. I don't think we talked about that, and that's pretty cool. um how old were you when you started doing that?
When I got the offer, you mean?
Yeah.
I
Or when did you
was.
start acting in the first place, and then you can move into when that happened.
I've
I
always
won't
had.
keep you too much longer because we've been on the air for 2.5 hours, but it's interesting.
I've always had the passion for acting. I think ever since I was like a baby in the womb.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
uh, but yeah, it was the summer. It was right before I went to 11th grade.
Very cool. Very cool. That's a hard decision to make, though. Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean it was, and you know I didn't even tell like my classmates or anything. They found out from other people that I went to Disney. I didn't even go, hey, I'm going to Disney. You know, you think I'm such a loser? I'm going to Disney, but I just didn't. I was too humble to do that. I didn't have the desire to do so. And I still to this day, you know, even if I just, you know, wound up one day, woke up and had 1 million subscribers, I wouldn't go and rub that in any of their faces. That's just not my personality. It's not who I am.
Now I can hear that. In fact,
I
Angel
would be
got,
happy, but, you know.
yeah, I definitely hear that because Angel got on me for not celebrating anything. And she actually gave me this for it, not only for 800 subscribers, but for doing a really great job in news stories. And she said she mailed this to me
This
and
is what
gave
I
me,
heard about. This is what you told me
yeah,
about. Yeah.
this was the award. And I was
What
like,
I
oh my
do.
God, that means more to me than YouTube getting an award from my peers. And then everybody spoke about it, and
Oh,
there was a
yeah.
cake and the whole nine. So
Wow.
to me, that meant more than any
That is
amount of
really, yeah.
subscribers.
YouTube
And
really
Pat,
needs to fix that, don't they?
they do. Patsy Houlihan says, hello, who is the lovely lady? I love the green lipstick.
Hi.
Patsy,
It's nice to meet you.
Patsy is awesome. Patsy is a puppet. She has a show that is, I like to call it like the Muppet Show now. And she's been on for a long time, and she's going to be a guest coming up. Patsy, this is Olivia, aka Gator Bite. If you go down into the description box, Patsy, you know where I keep things, and you will find her channel. And we've talked about the paranormal, we've talked about acting, we've talked about bullying, we've talked about TV shows, makeup. As you know, the show kind of goes along about whoever the person is and whatever stories she has to tell, I have to tell, and you guys have to tell. And that's how the show was created, because I was telling stories and I like to hear other people's stories. I think it's fun.
It really is.
So, Angel the Grace says, I've got to go. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Angel, for coming by.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, and thank you for the note about Dose of Colors. I have been wanting to try that, and I've watched Angel's videos. She's got some great makeup videos. I love her style. Her name's actually Rachel, but I love her name, Angel the Great. She's got some really great videos, and I trust her opinion. Diane Solomon says, Disney is everyone's dream, even for me, never been. Yeah, I grew up, I don't remember the first time I went, but I did live, my uncle lives 15 minutes from it. So,
oh, lucky.
yeah, I don't have to, if I want to go to Disneyland, all I had to do is get an airplane ticket and fly and go see my uncle. He's 15 minutes from the thing. And I have a lot of family that lives right near there and everything like that. But, so Nana's Cooking and Craft Corner is here now. But Patsy, yeah, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. And that green lipstick is from Jeffree Star. It is called Crocodile Tears. And it is one of the coveted ones that I want. It's on my list, along with Anna Nicole and a bunch of other things. That's one thing. If you, I got to ask you this, because if I could pick, not special effects, but like one makeup thing that I could have like all of, it probably would be like every Jeffree Star lipstick there is. It would be a tough call, but if you could pick like one makeup thing, what would you pick?
Just one?
If you could have like all of it, like all the ones they ever made, if you had a choice.
That's hard.
It is. That's a hard question, isn't it?
It's
tough.
Really loaded.
I love her.
You got me thinking for a minute.
That's okay. I just say that because Jeffree Star, it's so versatile. You can do so much with it. It can be eyeshadow. It could be this. And there's the colors. Yeah. I love the colors. It's not just red and pink. Like, that's great. But I'm not a huge nudes girl. I have some nudes, but you won't catch me wearing nudes very often. In fact, some of my audience pointed out, like, one day, they're like, oh my God, she's wearing a nude. I was like, I do.
I think I would have to go with Too Faced, honestly.
Really? What do you love with Too Faced?
I love their palettes. I love the smell of those things.
They do smell good.
I mean, I haven't smelled anything really that amazing before. And when I had one of their first palettes, I think it was the peanut butter and jelly palette, I fell in love with it.
Oh, I remember that one kind of went through quietly. Patsy says, Angel says she deserves. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I deserve an award. Lady Borgia supports everyone's channel. Patsy says, amen. Ah, you guys are sweet. I enjoy it. I like supporting everyone. I think everybody should have fun.
Yeah.
And there's room. I think there's room for everybody. Everybody does something different. Diane Solomon says, hi, Angel. I enjoyed seeing and meeting you on the disability discussion. Fantastic. I'm glad we're going to have more of those. We're also going to have a paranormal discussion, and we will have another adult version. But speaking of Two-Faced, that's what I have on my face right now, on my lips.
I love that. I was going to ask you what you were wearing. That's such a beautiful color.
Yeah, it's called It's Happening, and I actually have a backup because every time I wear this color, people come up to me and they're like, I love your lipstick. What is it? And I'm like, ooh, maybe I should get a backup just in case. So I have a backup because you never know when they're going to discontinue something. Oh, Benjamin Chavez, how are you? How is your baby girl, Sophia? He had a baby girl a couple months ago. So Sophia. And he says, hello, how everyone's doing tonight, everything else. Everybody's talking. Great. Talk, make friends. Wonderful. We're not going to be on much longer because we've been on, heading into 3 hours. And I know you guys are used to that. But
also, my battery is at 30% right now.
Yeah. So we're not going to keep her much longer. She's been a wonderful guest, and I know you
Thank
guys have
you.
been enjoying. They really have been loving you and enjoying you very
Thank
much.
you. That means a lot to me.
Benjamin Chavez, hello. He says, seeing you and your guest. This is Gator Bite, also known
Hi,
as
how are you?
Olivia.
I think I've seen you before.
Yeah,
You too.
he does some really great. He's very knowledgeable about perfume and cologne, and very knowledgeable about clothing and designers. So he's got some really cool videos. Um, I love Diane. She says, I'm still relaxing. You go for it, Diane. You should relax and enjoy. That's what the show is for, is to get to know other people and connect through your stories. Stuff you never thought you would talk to that person about. I love that stuff. And that's why when you said, can we go off on a tangent? I'm like, yes, please. I like that. I think it's cool. Things you never thought of.
I'm very random.
I'd see, but you're perfect for the show then. Because I love it. When we had S2W themes on, I had no idea, but his father was a wrestler, like those
Wow.
like Andre the Giant and all those guys, Captain Lou Albano. He grew up with them
Wow.
in his house.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
ended up showing video footage of Captain Lou Albano and Andre the Great at Madison Square Garden, MSG, backstage. It was private footage.
Wow.
And I had no idea he was going to pop that up on the show. I had
Yeah.
no idea about any of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about this show. You just never know what somebody's going to tell you in the random stuff. Ian Wrestling King. Speaking of wrestling, Ian Wrestling King 83. How are you doing, sweetheart? It's wonderful to see you. And Diane says, well, I enjoyed the company. I must get ready for my day. And we are so happy that you joined us, Diane. Don't worry. Thank you so much. We're having a great show. And like I said, we're going to be wrapping it up soon. We're just going to talk a few more little things. Her phone is dying, and I do have to break down things in my studio before I go to bed.
I actually used my iPad. I didn't trust my phone. It died
Yeah,
in almost 1 hour when we were talking. Almost 1 hour.
that's true. It
Yeah.
did.
So I was like, no, I'm gonna go with the iPad because I have a feeling that's gonna last a lot longer, and you see how long it's lasted.
It's
So
done
I
really
say that's
well.
pretty good. Yeah.
We're at 2 hours and 45 minutes, which that's
Wow.
done a really good job. So that's been fantastic. Diane says, I loved it. I love the stories. Benjamin says, bummer. Don't worry. You can always watch the replay, guys. I always leave the replays up. They're all up and they're also in a playlist. And I did one rerun and I will do one in the future where I rerun it and I do commentary over it. It's actually pretty funny. I did the very first one I did when I went to say goodbye. I said goodbye for freaking ever. I just like went on and on and on. And when I did the rerun, I was doing commentary over it and I forgot and I was typing into the chat. So Angel was there and Hazel was there and I forgot. I put my phone down because I was running it through my laptop. So I forgot that people were listening to me.
Right.
And I started making comments about myself. I was like, oh my God. All right, lady. Okay, wrap it up, girl. Wrap it up. Because I don't know why I got stuck.
I
And
literally had this moment yesterday where I was trying to get a frozen pizza all the way from the back of Walmart's, little thing. And I'm like, you're so short. Why are you so short? Why you gotta be so short? And this guy turns around. This guy just turns around and looks at me like, are you calling me short? And I'm like, oh no. No. So I get the thing and I walk back over awkwardly to the cart, and he's just staring at me. Like, he's just staring at me, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I turned around and I just made this face. I don't know. And he just like made this look or whatever, and then it's funny because my boyfriend and we ran into him in another aisle, and he just stared at me for another minute, and he just walked off, and I was like, that wasn't awkward at all.
I forget. I talk to myself all the time.
Yes.
I mean, I can go for hours and be quiet, but I'll do the same thing that you did in public is I'll talk to myself.
Yeah, and I just told my boyfriend, I said, I bet YouTubers do that so much, we don't even realize it. And then people are like, they're crazy. And it's like, no, we're YouTubers.
Yeah, scary thing was I did it before YouTube too. I admit it. I did. But I said there, I totally forgot people were listening to me. But it was so true.
It
It
becomes
was
a habit when you have a camera in your face, or even like, just sometimes I just think that people just randomly say things to themselves and you don't think anyone else is listening and they're like, you're weird. And it's like,
I think it's
sorry.
normal to talk to yourself. It's just
I do
thinking
too.
out loud. It's
Hmm.
thinking out loud. I mean, I go for hours where I'm quiet, and then there's other times where, like, I'll tell myself off. Or
For
one thing that I
sure.
do that might be strange, but I'll actually thank my past self. I'll be like, oh, thank you, past me. That was so smart. Thank
Yeah.
you. Which is a new thing since YouTube,
Right.
because I'll do something
Right.
and set something up and I'll be like, oh, thank you, past me, for doing that. I think I started that with editing. I was like, I do something and make it easier for myself and be like, oh wow, I forgot I did that. Thank you for thinking of that, which is a
Right.
little weird, but
Yeah.
oh hell, it's true. I think everybody does it. I don't
Everyone
think
has
everybody
that.
wants to
There's
admit it.
nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone's done it at least once or twice.
Absolutely. And we have Millie and Ashley, two girls, two ladies. They're a long distance relationship that I met very early on when I was at YouTube, which the big 5 months ago. It seems like I've been on here forever, though. I've met so many awesome people. And one of them that we talked about pizza, that was our first conversation ever. They have just stopped in. And Benjamin Chavez says, Gator Bite, did you get back in Twitter?
Yes, I did. I
Did
do
you,
want to briefly address that for a second.
oh, yes, please
I
do.
I got Twitter banned.
How?
Uh, I have no idea, honestly. I really don't. But just one day, out of the blue, my tweets weren't showing up to people, and so I went in the little search thing and I typed my name and it was like, "You've been Twitter banned." And I'm like, "What did I do to be Twitter banned? Like, is tweeting other people's stuff, is supporting other people, is that considered Twitter ban?" Because that's
I
what
mean,
I
I've
was
never seen
doing.
you tweet anything
I wasn't
weird.
I wasn't having any like conversations with people where I was offending them or anything like that. I was just,
Right.
tweeting other people's stuff. What you see now is 2.0. I actually waited 30 days and then I got my account as like a brand new account but like with my name because I did not want to change my name. So I waited the 30 days before I reached out to Twitter
Wow.
support. I emailed them. I asked them what I did. I asked them what I violated. They never got back to me. The only thing they said was I violated their. And I'm like asking, how did I do that?
Well, that's a
And they're
fair
not giving me.
question.
They're not giving me an answer.
That's messed because that's a
I
fair question. If you did something, you would want to know just in case you didn't know you did something.
absolutely. I'm like I wasn't aware that supporting. I think I told them I wasn't aware that supporting people is a crime in your community.
Exactly. And Benjamin says, I think we should be connected also in a platform outside of YouTube to extend the communication there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true. And Patsy Houlihan said, I just started watching her bullying video. So sad. She is beautiful. Yes, she is,
Thank you
isn't
so
she?
much. I
She's
appreciate it.
absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, guys, anybody who's curious, please check the description box. I keep the schedule for the show and how to find everybody, their channel links. And if they have excuse me, if they have additional websites, other things, stuff like that, it will always be down there. Like Angel, I had all the links to her books and stuff like that. So please always check the description box. I always have everybody linked up below, and also free stuff from my Amazon affiliates for you guys, like free Amazon Prime memberships and mom stuff and house stuff. And I don't know, I put a bunch of it in there because why not? I don't know what to give for a giveaway yet. I'm still thinking about it, but
Do you
no,
do you
go
want to
ahead.
see my dog? She keeps coming by the door like she wants to come in.
Yes, her dog. I met her dog, and that's one thing that we didn't get to, as I mentioned about animal rescue in the title. You had to meet her dog. I met her dog as soon as we got on the video call. She is
Let me just
precious.
open the door and I'll get her.
And hello, Master Moo. How are you?
Come here,
So
Carmen.
glad Millie and
Come
Ashley's
on.
here. I love them.
Come on.
Millie and Ashley, you guys had
Good
to come
girl.
on sometime. I would love to have you two on. Oh, Benjamin says he's
All
going to
right,
follow
here we
you
go.
again.
Ah, here she is. Thank you,
Where is
Benjamin.
that
Hey,
precious
Benjamin.
girl?
I had to put
Oh,
on clothes.
oh, there she
Look,
is,
say hi.
Precious.
Say hi to the.
Hi,
Hey.
baby.
Look at the camera. Oh, she's
Like
looking at
I'm
the
not.
food.
Oh, I was going to say she's intently looking at
My
something.
boyfriend is making dinner right now, so that's. Oh, there she goes. Oh, no, no. Oh,
Hi,
yep.
Princess. You are
Say
so
hi. Say
beautiful.
hello. Hello,
Is
hello,
that a
hello,
thunder
hello.
jacket on her?
What? It's a harness.
Oh, okay. So yeah, my dog
Yeah.
has a harness, but she also has a thunder jacket, one of those gray jackets. She doesn't fit in it anymore because she's a little heavier now than she used to be at 9. She's she's a boxer and black
Oh,
lab mix, so she's a big dog with a lot of muscle, but she also has a rounder tummy now. So,
oh.
but she's 9. But
Yeah.
tell these guys as we wrap up the show, tell them about Millie and Ashley, I will talk to you because I actually schedule it out in advance. But if you guys could email me at BorgiaGlobal@gmail.com, we could work out something. If you check below, my email is in the description box. And Alan, how are you? Because I always do a pre-interview and the show works a little bit different than most of the YouTube interviews. But I started it before I ever saw a YouTube live interview because nobody was doing it back then. So I just kind of went with the way I do things. So, but yeah, I would love to have you too. And I'd love to talk to you about it. So please email me or I'll check out your email. So please, as we wrap up the show, tell us about this lovely girl.
Okay, so this is Karma, and she's 4 years old, and she was a rescue dog. She was, in a shelter, and um, her previous owners, they unfortunately she went through some stuff. I don't want to say everything that she went through. It's
Yeah, of
kind of
course.
sad. Um, but all of her previous owners had returned her, and they told me that before me and my ex friend actually we adopted her together. But
Right.
eventually, over time, she became my dog. Um, but she was just the sweetest little thing I'd ever did see, and I was heartbroken because when I met her, she was going through her bout of kennel cough,
Oh, yeah.
and I felt so bad, and we didn't even know if she was gonna make it or what was going on with that, and she made it. She survived. This is a survivor dog right here.
That's
Um,
awesome. I remember you guys told me, because my dog is rescue dog also. She was actually returned twice. Um,
oh,
yeah. And you said your dog, I know you didn't want to get into too much, she was returned 5 times.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
I
Alan
know.
says he also has a rescue dog. I think rescue dogs are
Oh,
awesome.
they are.
I would
She's like
rescue
the
as many as possible. I don't have any more room though. I got 2 rescue
she's
cats and a rescue dog.
she's like a total sweetheart though. Who could turn this one away? That's what I want to know.
She's a
Like she
lover.
has
She's
the most
adorable.
loving personality in the world, and I just I don't understand how people can just mistreat things.
You know, that's something I don't get it either. And I know we talked about that when we talked in the pre-interview. I mean, I understand if you, for some reason, come into a situation and you can't properly care for your, I can't say a pet. I cannot call my animals pets. They're my
Right.
furry family. I just, that's how they
Yeah,
are in my household. And I think
I know
you're
what you
probably the
mean.
same way. They're not
Yeah,
pets. They are people with personalities. They all
absolutely.
definitely have
She
their
is my
personalities.
yeah, she's my fur baby, 100%.
Oh, thank you, Benjamin, so much. Thank you. And thank you for being excited for me. It happened over the weekend. Yeah, I went over 1K, 5 months in 1K. I would have never expected that.
That's
So
amazing.
thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I am going to do a giveaway. I know I don't talk about it much when I hit milestones.
I'm gonna
I
let
like
her
to talk about
down.
other people. But yeah, I wanted you to guys to see that precious face because when I first pre-interviewed Olivia, that's one of the first things I saw was she immediately jumped into her lap. And we get to talk about rescue dogs, which is something that I am very passionate about. And it turns out Olivia is as well. That neither of us can understand why you would mistreat an animal. Oh, Benjamin, do you have the whistle and confetti to celebrate? I do. All right, I will do a quick whistle. He knows me. He knows the things. I have a lot of stuff. We'll do it very quickly because it's not, this isn't me. I mean, I tell stories too, but somewhere I have it. I don't know. Where did it go? We have one of them around here somewhere. Where did the birthday bags go? I don't know. If I can find, oh, here. All right, I will quickly do, okay, maybe I don't. All right, I don't want to waste time on me.
Oh, don't be silly.
I don't know where on earth. There is a bag full of that stuff, and I must have moved it. So there's one. Okay, really quickly, we will do a quick birthday thing. I think this one's shot though. The bag of new stuff, I think I put it away because it was nobody's birthday. All right, we'll do one thing quickly for Lady Borgia. Yes, you're right. It is a good time to use it. All right. Happy 1000 to me. Okay. Thank you, Benjamin. That was very sweet, and that was a very nice idea to do. We all know that I'm really bad at celebrating myself. But Alan, that's interesting. Yeah, he says he never mentioned any of his milestones. I haven't really either. I don't usually. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and I think it's fantastic. I finally mentioned on Instagram today, and I thanked people because I really am thankful. Thank you, Master Moo, woohoo, and Alan. Congrats. Thank you guys so much. You guys know I'm just really horrible. I'll talk a blue streak, but if it comes into like me celebrating me, not as much. I'm not so good at it.
I do want to put in a good word for Master Moo because he is a friend of mine.
Awesome. Please do tell us about Master Moo.
He designed some artwork for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Master Moo, I've got to check you out because I have the most boring channel art there is. It's a picture of my backdrop.
He literally like made a video where he actually did a video of painting the entire process, the burning and all of that good stuff. And it's going to be somewhere in this room. I don't know where yet, but when I get it, it's going to be somewhere hanging in this room.
That's really awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to check out his channel. I love, as an artist, I love other artists' work of all kinds.
It's really, really good. It was exactly what I asked for.
Awesome. Well, Master Moo, this is another reason I always welcome. If you don't know everybody in the room, please get to know them. We are going to be shutting it down because poor Olivia is going to die on me, and my throat is going to die.
Not going anywhere, guys.
Well, she's not. Her iPad, let me correct that. Her iPad is probably going to go, and my voice is going to go soon. So we have been on the air for 3 hours. So, hey, Bloodline, what is up? Master Moose is Katie. So I see some of your fans coming in. Benjamin says, yes, me too. I need some good art for my channel. So Master Moo, we need to talk. Bloodline says, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I don't know if I'm going to say something weird. I know those games. So I'm very careful about my live streams just in case. So I don't know what SHUHA ends up saying when you say it, but I don't know. God knows. I'll figure it out afterwards. But thank you for coming in. Anyway, we're going to be wrapping it up. G8TOR BYTE, thank you so much for coming on. That was a really fast 3 hours for me. I hope it was for you.
It was for me too. It really didn't feel like 3 hours, to be honest.
Awesome. Yeah, literally 3 hours just went by.
I think I said I was going to be on 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's amazing. It goes by really fast on here.
It really does. It really does. I mean, I haven't even had dinner yet, and it's like, I can't even believe it's like 3 hours later.
All right. Bloodline says, okay, please say I'm Shalawa. I don't know what the hell that means, but okay, Bloodline, I'm Shalawa. No idea what that means, but okay, if it makes you happy. Cool. Um, Anyway, Alan says, glad I caught the end. Have a good evening. Master Moose said, this was really neat. Glad I was able to catch the end, but I'll be sure to check out more of these, Lady Borgia. Yeah, and Master Moo, if you're ever interested in being on, yeah, thank you for stopping by. And if you're ever interested in being on, You Stories is about people's stories and connections, and we all tell stories on You Stories. It's about people connecting through stories, and it's a concept I came up with early on when I first got on YouTube, the big 5 months ago. So it's not just it's not just YouTubers, it's anyone. So please, anybody who's interested, I'm scheduling for August. I'm probably already scheduled, but you never know. Whoever gets in first, for pre-interviews, I schedule first. So you can reach me at BorgiaGlobal@gmail.com. Everything is below. Don't forget to check out G8TOR BYTE. Olivia, check her out below in the description box. Her channel is linked. And Benjamin, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys all for coming. And thank you all of Olivia's fans for coming and checking out my show. I think that's fantastic. I've had a wonderful time. And I think we've had a really good time with a lot of people mixing in together, Olivia, and your people and some of my people meeting up and having a really good time together. So that's fantastic.
You know, it's funny. I can't even think of them as fans or subscribers. I call everyone my friend. I don't know.
I do too.
It's just like an instinctual thing. I just can't think of that. I don't know. Some people can, and I just can't.
I think of everybody, once I meet somebody and I talk to them, I think of them as my friends. That's just how I am. I just am like, oh, okay, well, they're my friend. And that's one of the things I like about this show is I get to make friends with so many people and get to know them, you know, more than just what I see in their videos, or if they don't have videos at all, because people hear You Stories and they think it's because of YouTube, but literally it is your stories. That's why I named it that way. Bloodline says it means good girl on Russian. He says, I love you. Okay, Bloodline, I love you too. I'm glad you didn't have me say something weird. I appreciate that, but I did not say something strange. So Master Moose says gators these days, and he's making a big face. And Benjamin says to Katie, Emma Louise, nice to see you. It's been a while. Great. I'm so happy. I am glad everybody's hooking up. If you haven't seen anyone, Benjamin says, I think everyone in this community is my family. Me too. I like it that way. And I think everybody should have fun and just have fun playing together and make friends because it's cool. I mean, I don't care age, sex, orientation, whatnot. Hey, as long as you're cool, like, come on and play with us. So like a big kid. But so, Olivia, was there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
I just wanted to thank you for having me, and I wanted to thank everyone that stopped by, that came to support me, that pretty much said that they were going to show up. Some of them I didn't even know were going to show up, so that was a nice surprise to me, just to know that you care about me that much. It just really means a lot to me.
That is awesome. Master Moose says meeting new people is amazing, and I have to agree. And Olivia, thank you so much for coming on. Everybody, please, of course, a moth has to dive bomb it. Yeah, that moth has got to come back. I killed one, and there's two, and it's got to dive bomb the shop.
I'm literally like spinning around in the chair right now.
Yeah, so I've got to eat my dinner. Olivia's got to eat her dinner. So we're on the East Coast, and it's almost 10. It's 7 after 10. So us girls, we've got to go and eat now and eat dinner. So we love you all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all of G8TOR BYTES fans. Thank you for mine. Thank you to the whole audience. It was wonderful. It was wonderful hearing your stories as well. And I will see everybody on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Lady Borgia Live. If you guys have any announcements for the What's Up segment, remember, email me at BorgiaGlobal@gmail.com. And I'm happy, whether it's personal, your channel, whatnot. I love to announce good things. Check out everything below. Check out G8TOR BYTE. And next week, it will be Lady Borgia Live on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Wednesday will be Mama Styles return to YouTube, twerking away. So we're going to have a wonderful time. Thank you for coming. Thank you, G8TOR BYTE. I have had a wonderful time. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Wednesday. I love you all.
Bye,
Mwah.
guys.
Lady Borgia.